Hello! Welcome to Charmed Persons! It's so good to see all of you! Wow, we have a full party here. Isn't it grand? Isn't it great? But yes, thank you so much for joining us on this lovely Sunday. I hope you have had a great week. Last week we had another Candlekeep mystery with special guest Michael returning, so go check that out if you haven't watched it. Tomorrow at 7 p.m. Central, we have the finale, right? Finale? The finale.
Yeah.
Oh God, people are gonna die.
I would say it's pretty final.
Jeez. For the quest of the Golden Spoon, DM'd by Eric. And stay tuned to our socials for other projects coming out soon. But that's all I'm going to announce, because without further ado, let's jump into a recap of where our party has found themselves so far. So, our party, recently named A Little Help, has found themselves knee-deep in an ancient conspiracy. After several attacks on family members of the party, they discovered a secret organization with tendrils throughout Tayaroth known as the Animalia. Their one main objective being the unbanishing of Malar, an evil god, which would lead to the unbanishing of other choice deities and the supposed death of Dune, the archdeity that has ruled over Tayaroth for a millennia. One key aspect of what they needed was reportedly in the tomb of a high priestess Navara, the last known priestess of Malar. The Animalia had been using slave workers to search through the Forshee mines in order to find this tomb. The party traveled to the mines to intercept this item hunted for by the Animalia, and were trapped in the mines upon the discovery of their infiltration. Shortly after that, one of the party members, Edmund, had his true form revealed, which was that of Quiz Rizik, a supposed member of this ancient organization. Escaping his wrath for now, the party continued to the city of Kinnor, an old underground city where dark elves had called home for centuries. Here they found Brick Yilsor, and discovered that the city had been taken over by an insect-like plague that transformed the civilians. The party vowed to help the city, and did so by defeating the Volxerix, an ancient servant of the goddess of pain, Loviatar, as you recalled. This would be the second servant of a banished deity that the party had recently come across. But with the city freed and saved, a feast was held in their honor. The new ruler, Prince Triv, who formerly led the resistance, led Yu Pentui and Chadrimi Strongjaw and some of his soldiers to an expedition to clear out a tunnel so that the party could return to the surface and continue their journey. While the rest of the party visited this tomb of High Priestess Navara, which had been discovered by Brick's younger sister, who the party had just saved from certain death. Upon entering the tomb, the party were disgusted by what they saw, tempted by ancient treasures, and almost killed outright multiple times. However, they discovered the Tome of Navara and what the Animalia were searching for, the Scepter of Malar. But before they could digest what they had learned, Quiz revealed that he had been following them invisibly and almost killed more of the party members again by stealing this tome that they had just earned. Luckily, Flint had read enough of the book, and in the statues in one of the rooms of the tomb, there were these etchings in Primordial that revealed the locations of the three pieces of the Scepter of Malar, which, once combined, would form the Scepter of Malar and give the Animalia exactly what they need. The blade of the scepter was buried with Brinax the Dark Knight in a city called Sildira, across a vast desert in the south of Tayaroth. The gem and focus of the scepter, called the Rusifta Ruby, was housed on display in Maewyn and Cuinn Silverstep's parents' home. And the last piece of the scepter, the staff known as Iron Lightning, was utilized by their old friend Edmund, which meant now Quiz Rizik had it. Knowing that time was of the essence and that they had to get the other two pieces of the scepter, the party returned to the city of Kienor in order to leave for the surface. While waiting for Prince Triv and the others to return from clearing the tunnel, the remaining party members coerced Moynaim and Brick into providing them with mushrooms that gave each of the party members disturbing and vivid nightmarish trips. But upon waking the next morning, Chadrimi and you have returned from their expedition, and the party was reunited in the common room, and that is where we left off. So Chadrimi and you have just stepped forward. Both of you have had the bare minimum of a long rest the night before and have woken up early to travel back to the city of Kienor. The prince told you to meet him back in the large foyer of the castle that you enter into when you were ready to leave, and that he would send another few soldiers to escort you out of the tunnel when your party was ready to leave, as well as just kind of say his goodbyes. So the two of you know that. The rest of you are in the common room. The door has been opened, and everyone is reunited.
All right, everybody, look alive. They're back.
Oh.
Hey, guys.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
Wow.
How are we?
I mean, I can't speak for you, but I'm pretty exhausted. That was
a lot.
I'm doing great.
Fought moles that had armor on them? Who put the armor on them?
I don't. It was crazy. They were big and armored, cute. And like, we also saw Quiz, which was new.
Oh. How's he doing?
Yeah, luckily nothing. I don't know. Nothing really happened. Nobody died.
Nothing happened.
Him, so.
We're all alive.
Fine.
None of everything went great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is the best we've ever done, I think.
Oh, good.
Wow.
You happen to have an enormous amount of water, would you? I am very thirsty from my very fun night.
I mean, I've got my pouch of water.
The room itself does also have a water basin.
Oh, thank God. I immediately go over and just start scooping water.
Yes.
Use a cup, man.
That's everybody's water.
My bad. I did wash my hands before we had a very good night last night. And then I grab a cup and start.
Batty goes up and just starts lapping it up.
Well, everybody knows that their mouths are cleaner than human mouths. So.
That's actually a fallacy.
So the tomb was... Did you found the tomb and everything seems peachy green?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we found the tomb.
There are next steps involved.
It was a lot of the tomb.
Like what? You guys are acting really weird about what happened at this tomb, and I'm kind of concerned.
I've got this.
Oh,
we're fine.
Dune.
We went in.
Dune's sake.
Some of us found some gold that they said very loudly that they would share with the whole party.
I'd never said that.
Dispute that.
I never said that.
That everyone got out safe. No one died. We did also run into Quiz, and he stole a book, but we had already read it. So that's Flint doing great. Flint doesn't have a cigar smoking room lamp thing.
He does.
I am
Flint's
really confused right now, but Quiz did have the book when we saw him. I don't know if it's the same book.
Did you get it?
Showing it all. Well,
no, he said something about the infant having a piece of
something about
a scepter or something.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Infant.
That could mean like half of us.
That's
you would all as you're. It's a weird thing for him to say, but you remember that Quiz has been referring to Edmund as the infant.
Right. Edmund had a thing that the book I think said he needed or something. I don't know. It was really confusing
scepter. I think is more.
He said something about he had something like a piece of a scepter of.
Oh yeah, he was using something when he was fighting that used not the spider guy.
Oh right, he had that.
Yeah, he had
so that's an important thing.
I guess, yeah.
At
you guys
this
know what
point, it
this?
seems everything's important.
Sure. Do you know what the scepter thing does? Like, why is he? I mean, it's a. He said a Malar, so I assume it's something with that. Are the rats back? I don't.
Sorry, I
Oh, it's just a doggo that wants some attention. Cutie.
Flint, would you know anything about that? What the scepter does from what you read?
Oh yes, I read it all. A speed reading technique that I've learned over the last 20 years. You have to read every fourth word in order to comprehend it. And I think really hard.
You were able to comprehend what the Sept of Malar was and that it was needed for a ritual, but you were not able to get into exactly what place it took in the ritual. However, you did read that it was the scepter had to be complete with all three parts of the scepter, and that the ritual also had to happen on a certain day. And it was a date that you don't recognize. It was not, you could tell it was a date, but it was not,
on our calendar.
It was not on your calendar. Yeah.
Like the month and the date? And not on
Neither. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was a number and it was the first. So you know that much, I guess. But the month does not make sense to you.
Now there's secret months out there.
Were there more
We have to figure that out.
secrets? Sorry, all of you guys finished telling. It seems like a lot happened in the two. We were just mostly digging. So
No, that was it. That's all that.
I
Do
just
they
found
know
a
about
book.
the 2 continents that we found?
Oh fuck!
Like in the tomb, there were continents.
No, like we found a map that had like land masses that we had never.
Do I
Never
still
heard
have
before.
that? No.
You do have, yes,
And
you have that book. Yeah.
I thought. I almost called you Angie. Rosie.
Yeah.
I think you have that book that I looked at.
Oh yeah, you put it in the back of her bag of holding. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Give me a second, and I'll dive in,
Yeah.
rattle around a little bit. No, those knitting needles are broken. Is anybody hungry?
I mean, I could always.
Oh,
eat.
here it is.
You go ahead.
I'm very hungry.
And I'll hand Morton the book.
Yeah.
Here's your book.
And it look there's a lot of maps and stuff, and I just start flipping through it again.
Yeah. So the title is written in a language that neither of you understand, and the book is written in primordial. No, the book is written common, but the title is in primordial. And the maps that he goes to, it shows the continent of Tayaroth, and the continent of Winyesta, which are the 2 known continents of your world. And then also, far to the east and far to the west, it shows a collection of large, almost continents of themselves, but they're clusters of land and islands. One all the way to the right that says Erubrian, and one all the way to the left that says Onasara.
I assume Chad has no idea anything about these places.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
When we found that, I'm going
crazy.
to probably do some light reading when we have a chance. If everything's written in the same language that I can understand, as opposed to this stuff on the front.
But it's basically the way it's described to you at first glance is it's called A History of Malar's World, and it's the history of Tayaroth as it is widely known, but through the lens of this god Malar, as if he was one of the prime contributors to the timeline.
Huh. Wow. So like a lot happened with you guys. You found like a lot of things, it seems.
Yes. Oh,
and
I'm sorry. Please continue.
no, I was just gonna say anything else, like about where Quiz is going, or did you talk to him much? Seemed you said you saw him, and
Well, we mostly chased him. Well, they mostly chased him. It wasn't a very successful meeting.
Yeah, we got these little eggs.
It's fair. Yeah.
I
Okay.
did steal some gold.
I really almost
I just
got
have
it.
to admit that.
Oh.
You stole some gold? You stole some gold?
Well, I didn't steal
Rosie.
it. I told you at the beginning. I was telling them. I told you I took 10 gold pieces for the people.
Oh, that makes sense. Speaking of gold, I think we were gonna divvy that out. We mentioned that last
I already did.
Yeah, we divvied it out to everybody.
I'm done.
Right?
We're done. We're good. Everybody squared up.
No, I don't think
I
we
didn't
did
get
that.
mine.
I gave gold to the people who I was going to give gold to.
Yeah, and the people who saved your life from that trap, for sure.
And I thank you for that.
Mm-hmm.
There was a
Like
trap. You almost
monetarily?
died?
No.
I feel like you're underplaying what happened in this tomb like a lot.
I fell into a hole.
I just want to take the
died.
opportunity right now to apologize to the group for what my actions back there in that tomb.
What'd you do?
I should have tried harder to open that door. I should have. There's no ifs, ands, buts about it. I should have tried harder. And I instead went off gallivanting by my own self across the tomb when I should have been there for a team. So from now on, I will head first into battle, and I will be the first to throw myself into potential harm.
What? Now?
You don't have to.
Wow.
You don't have to do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just
Yeah,
be
what-
with us. You don't have to like if there's a fire and you're like, the only way to solve it is by running into it. Like that, don't do that. But like,
No,
I'm
I
not
think
an
the way to
idiot.
protect other people is to put yourself in front of harm. I agree with that.
Thank you.
Oh my
Yeah, I
God.
mean, sometimes, the...
Not
Anyway,
every time.
so where are we going next?
Well, so one of the things that I think that they need is a ruby, and we think we
Oh.
know where that is.
Cool.
No, we know where that is.
It's at our house.
Oh yeah. That's
The silver step.
Of course.
Compound.
Any ruby
Estate.
or like a specific ruby?
The Sifta.
The Resifter Ruby, the gem of the scepter, part of the scepter.
Oh, okay, that one. Yeah, that makes
So I
sense.
think
And then we
Quinn and
also
I are gonna
know.
sneak into our house.
Yeah.
So we're going to base...
Well, we're gonna go
Your
there, and then we're
house.
gonna go to Sildera, right?
Don't do
Mhm.
it.
Yeah,
It's on the way.
because that's where the blade is.
But first
okay.
things first, you're stopping in if you do decide to do this, but you in Barrington on your way out of the
Yes.
wilds.
That's our plan. I don't know what
Cool,
you
cool.
and what you and Chad think of that.
Yeah, sounds good. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, eat
Your
up,
house isn't-
everybody.
Your house isn't underground, is it? Because I
No. God, no. I cannot wait.
Oh, I was actually misled.
I hope.
Wow. Well, I'm gonna miss being down here. Just pat some
It's
walls.
gonna take us a minute to get out, I think.
Got some walls.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
the
it's a
fact
pretty
that we're
long
leaving
tunnel.
just means that all the fun's over.
There's
Well-
a knock on your common room door.
I'll grab it. Hello.
Everybody act cool.
Flint, you grab it and you immediately see Brick, and he
Oh,
immediately
hey, man.
greets you with a firm handshake.
What's up, Brick?
Hey, Flint, you're the best of them.
Oh, yes.
How you doing, my
So
friend?
hard. Good. You're so good. Good to see you.
Oh, well, appreciate it. Thanks. Well, hello. A little help. I've come to see you off. I don't think I'm going to be able to join you on your journey through the tunnel. So I just wanted to come and, well, give my thanks for saving not only my sister's life, but the city I grew up in. That feels not adequate enough. But, yes, you have my thanks, of course.
Yeah. no
Well,
problem.
thank you, Brick. You've been a really great host. And while these hooligans were off on their little spiritual quests last night, I made you this. And I give him one of the 3 scarves that I made.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, Rosie,
it's really beautiful.
I don't think I deserve this, but
No, you
thank-
do.
All
You
right,
do.
well,
You're a
thank
good.
you so-
You're a good boy.
and he spins it around his neck. Thank you so much. It can get chilly down here. know,
Is
no
Nissa
sun
here
and
as
stuff.
well? Or Nissa?
What?
Nissa.
Nissa is not here. No.
Nissa's here. So I don't see Nissa, so I'll give him the second scarf that I made. That's like a really beautiful, like foresty green color, and I'll give it to him and be like, "This is for Nissa. Also, I made this one.
Wow.
It was a very, very long night last night. So
Wow.
I'll
Well, I
give
hope
her
you got
this
some
one.
sleep. Rosie, I
don't
can't.
I think I did. I don't know.
I can't thank you enough. Nisa wishes that she could be here, but to be quite honest, she's gone through quite a bit.
Oh,
and
absolutely. Yeah.
seeing people is not really something on her plate right now.
Understandable.
But thank you so much. He like gestures as if he wants to hug you.
Oh, absolutely! And I'll like do a little leap at the end.
Yeah,
of
he
the
bends
time.
down and picks you up, and just kind of squeezes you, and then puts you down.
Oh, I love this.
And then he kind of puts a hand on Flint's shoulder, like while looking at the rest of you, and he's just like, "You're a band of misfits, that's for sure. But you all are heroes to me and the city of Kino. So thank you."
Well, on behalf of Gorohold and the rest of the dwarves, thank you.
I take that
Wow.
as truth, knowing it's not.
You
I
know,
do take it.
you know, Brick, we're heading up to the surface. Fuck me, right?
You know, maybe you know it's not as bad as you remember. Maybe being away from it, it'll be better. You know.
Yeah. It's been a couple of days down here. Not
Yeah.
really enough.
Magical, I'm sure. Well, hey, you're welcome to visit anytime, Flint.
Good. Thank you.
Thank you. All right.
I lean
well.
over to Morton and I'm like, sir, did they do something with us?
I lean over and go, I tried, but I don't think he's about like anybody except a specific time. So I don't think so. I think they're just very friendly.
Okay, cool.
Hey, Brick, what about a double-handed handshake this time?
Okay, do you want to cross them?
Cross
I'm
them.
not so sure.
Yeah, all right.
Oh, God.
And he just kind of like slightly bows to everyone. And he looks over at you, Cuinn, and says, feel free to use my song anytime. And
You mean arson?
Well,
Oh.
I was the one who created it.
Oh my
About
god.
us.
We're the worst.
It was a gesture of good faith, and as always, you ruined it. All right, you all. And he just kind of like laughs as if he's joking, but like there's a tinge of.
I'll give him a wink. I'll give him a wink. Like,
Yeah. He winks back at you, and he just gives a nice polite bow, and then just saunters off. But the door stays open, and Maewyn kind of like replaces Brick and appears. And just
Jesus.
pops in and says, "Oh, hello, wonderful. Well, I just wanted to let you know that the prince is waiting in the foyer whenever you are. No rush.
I'll tell you guys that.
We will be able to provide one healing potion for each of you upon your exit, as well as rations for your journey, should you want them. And if there's anything else that you need, just let me know. And it's been a pleasure serving you. Thank you.
Are the rations bugs?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
They weren't that bad.
I'm gonna savor these bugs all the way up to the surface.
Did I talk to Moyname or Prince Trev about payment for you?
You talked to
Chad?
You talked to Maewyn about talking to Prince Trev.
Okay, so I'll like if he's about to leave, I'll like walk up to Moyname. Like,
He's just kind of standing there, and he had just finished saying, "But if there's anything else that you need, just let me know."
About the arrangement, did you have a chance to talk to Prince Trev at all?
Oh, yes, right. What was the agreed upon number again? He tosses it to you.
I think it was in the ballpark of 60 gold.
Wonderful. He reaches into his pouch, and he tosses you a bag of gold coins, and you look in it, and you can take the time to count it right now. But even at first glance, there are more than 60 gold pieces in here.
Okay, perfect. I'll give 20. I'll give 20 gold to Chad and you each, and then pocket the rest.
I don't
Do you
mind
try to
that.
hide the fact that there's more gold in there?
No.
Okay, cool.
I'm gonna
So you-
go up to
you
Quinn
and-
and just smack him on the back of the head.
I brokered the deal.
Thanks,
So
Quinn.
you get all of it?
Hell yeah.
You didn't even pay me.
What is this for?
I haven't counted the rest of it yet. You'll get
Chat.
yours.
Shh. Don't ask what's for.
What?
Quinn,
Okay.
It's for a job well done.
Oh,
you didn't pay. Who didn't you pay before?
What do you mean? The deal was to rent them to go clear the tunnels.
we were
Before.
rented.
You didn't give
What do you
Morgan
mean?
any money.
What?
Well, that was the money that I found in the pile. Morton wanted some money. He could have grabbed some of the pile of money.
I would love
As far
to
as
have
I'm
grabbed some of
concerned.
the money if I wasn't breaking my arms trying to keep you from death.
Well,
And
it seems
again,
that
I
this is
think-
an awkward moment for me to continue to stand right here. So I am going
Yeah.
to exit, and please, thank you for coming to the castle of Kinon. And he kind of just like, his genuine smile kind of deforms into like a knowing smirk for a moment, and he winks at all of you and then walks away.
Hey,
I don't like him.
Isn't that guy a god?
Yeah.
I
Were
think
we
so.
here for that full conversation? We were here for that,
Yeah.
right?
Yes, you were here
Okay. I
for,
couldn't
But you
remember
all
when we left.
forgot.
but
Right,
it's up
right,
to
right,
you
right.
whether your character would believe Rosie
Oh,
or
yeah.
not.
Yeah.
I don't believe it.
Chad would.
Exactly. I mean,
Wait,
most
kidding.
most people decided to.
Oh yeah, he is a god. Wow.
No, he's not. He's just a fucking magical guy. What happened?
Do you guys think
I mean-
it's weird that like the book of Malar is all written in primordial, and that's like a language that I've just recently kind of learned how to read?
Yes.
You know,
When did you learn how to read?
well, yeah.
How
How
did
did
you?
you learn
Well,
that?
I mean, I minored in it in college, but you don't learn it when you're doing that. You know?
Sure.
It's just kind of like.
But, like,
and then
why
now
not- why-
Now I can just read it. all the
How?
time. I don't know.
Okay, cool.
Was it about the same time you found the necklace, or was that have you always had that?
Was it about the same time that I found the necklace? Yeah. Yeah.
Insight.
Yeah, go ahead and roll an insight check, yeah.
It was the hand that made me. That made me curious. Never seen Flint do that. That's probably horrible. 10.
10. Are you telling the truth?
All right.
I don't know. I just thought I'd bring it up. So if you have any primordial needs, I'm your guy.
Is that like common
Cool.
leads that just
You and Chad make perception checks for me.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You're the primordial
I can't
mage.
read
So that makes
this
sense.
dice. I can't read.
that does track?
A dirty
15.
0.
Oh no!
Dirty zero.
The best possible roll.
You does not notice this, but Chad, being one to definitely notice the armaments of even his party members, noticed that a new rapier is sheathed at the side of Morton, and
Oh, yes.
that Maewyn has a new longbow, both of them in kind of like an onyx black material.
Noted. I won't
Yeah.
say anything about it right now, but
Okay.
writing it down.
How much gold did I get from my name? I didn't count.
After passing 40 gold to Chad and you see that there is 60 gold in this bag.
60 more gold.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, so he tossed you a bag of 100.
100 total.
Cool.
All right, let's head out of here. Let's go to the
To Barrington.
To Barrington.
We got to check in with Prince Triv, get those health
Yeah, we gotta-
potions.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because I mean,
Meet him and say we gotta say
go.
bye. I mean, we spend a long time in those tunnels. We kind
Hey,
of
maybe we can finally get paid for this work, so it's...
You're so
Why not?
transactional.
How exhausting it must be to be you, Quinn.
As you approach the foyer, you see that Prince Triv, with a squadron of 4 soldiers, and Moyname is standing in the foyer. Moyname is standing behind a table that has 7 healing potions.
6.
7 regular healing potions, as well as 2 large rucksack sacks that have clearly coins in them.
I'm gonna go grab them.
Okay, they're pretty heavy.
I'll grab one? And I'll
no, you can
hand
grab
me-
both. I was just letting you know that they're heavy.
Okay, I'll grab them both for now.
Yeah, just to let you know that there's a good amount of coin in there. You haven't taken the time to count it yet, but it's a good amount that you feel. And he then, Prince Triv, kind of looks at the rest of you, and he says, "Well, I can't thank you enough for everything that you've done for the city of Kino. Truly, we are in your debt, and we will sing the praises of a little help for as long as I draw breath, that is for sure."
I go up and I just give him a big like bro hug with the like hard slaps, like 2 hard slaps on the back.
He takes it and kind of chuckles. And then he walks over to you, Maewyn, and kind of looks politely but expectantly.
Yeah, I'll give him a short sword back. I'll say, thank you so much for this.
He takes it and kind of flourishes it and sheaths it at his side. And he says, "Thank you for giving it a true purpose."
I walk up to the prince and give him a nice firm handshake and go, "Get a hold of me anytime if you'd like to go out for dinner."
I appreciate the invitation, and I am flattered. Thank you.
I walk up to the prince. I give him a firm handshake. Anytime you want to have a diplomatic dinner between the nations of Kenor and Gorahold, please let me know.
Flint Boulderbender, you represent the dwarves proudly.
Thank you, and you represent the elves proudly.
Thank you. Oh, by the way, Angie, I forgot to say, I thought of it in the moment, but I didn't say it. For the scarves, you get a point of DM inspiration.
Well, lucky me, because the third scarf was for Prince Triv. And I was going to give it to him after this sausage fest is done.
You give Prince Triv the scarf, and he does not wrap it around his neck, but just places it over his shoulders.
Oh, it looks great.
And he looks at you and he says, "I will wear it proudly. I will remember it as a token of the group that saved the city of Kino and the people that I hold most dear."
Yeah. On the end, I did a little stitching at the end. It says ALH for a little help for it. So you always remember.
I'll never forget that, I promise you. So, I will provide each of you with a healing potion. It's the most of the stock that we have, so I hope you find them useful. Also, as well, there are 500 gold pieces in each of those sacks that I just gave you. We do not have much down here, but we know how much gold can be of use on the surface.
Wow.
You saved our city, and this is the least that we can do.
Do you need any gold down here?
We do need some for trade, as we are hoping to open the city back up.
Interestingly enough, Cuinn found some in the tomb, so I feel like that rightfully belongs to the city after all of our troubles. Cuinn, how much did you find down there?
Oh, he's frozen. What a perfect moment to be frozen.
Is he frozen? Or is he?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Quinn's doing
This
that.
looks amazing.
Quiet contemplation.
I really hope that he is just actually not moving.
I think
That would
he's
be-
frozen.
I think he's actually
that would be
frozen, though.
that would
That'd
be
be really
nuts
impressive.
if he wasn't
Very
I
frozen.
would be very
impressive.
impressed.
Well, he.
Hi, Eric.
We lost him.
Be on as soon as the internet is back on, is what he just wrote in the Discord.
Oh no. I feel his
yikes.
pain. That's what happened
Well,
to me.
now there's no one to counteract me, so cough it up.
Yeah. So how much did he have?
The screens are just a little messed up on the stream. Maybe we can just go to the intermission screen for just a second, and then we'll be back as soon as Eric is back. So don't go anywhere. This is not the full break. Stay right there. We're back. Sorry about that, but we are back. Eric was so embarrassed by being called out in public that he just had to ditch. So Eric, the last thing that just happened is he said that there's 500 gold in each of these sacks that he gave you. There's not a lot of gold in the city of Kenor, but he wanted to truly show his thanks in the best way that he could. And then Morton asked him if the city needed gold, and then he said...
I think Cuinn found some gold in the tomb that we went to. How much did you find? I bet that seems like it rightfully belongs to you, since it was down in the
Yeah, I found it. It was there's plenty more down there. It's all in a pit now. But yeah, I found like 80
Oh,
gold.
well, I appreciate the gesture, but any gold that you found is for yours to have.
I feel like it would be a good
you.
thing for the city to pay back the city a little bit for all of the hospitality they've given.
They're giving us, like, I'm not good at math, like, I don't know, 3,500 gold. I don't think 40 is, I don't think 80 is.
Some of that might be nice.
Thank you, Prince. It's been an honor, sir.
Also, Prince, don't go to that tomb to get that gold. It's definitely a trap.
Thank you for informing us. Maybe we should look into sealing off that tunnel. And you see that the prince is definitely like awkwardly looking between Morton and Cuinn, and then just kind of like returns to like addressing the entire group. And he says, "The 4 of my soldiers here will escort you to the tunnel entrance if you wish. And past that, you are welcome to visit the city of Kinor at any time. You will find an open door and food at your table."
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Oh,
you.
wow. This so very generous. I go give him another hug.
He hugs you back and laughs. Well, I have a city to rebuild and run, so I must be off. But once again, thank you. Words, gold, healing potions, they are not enough. And he bows deeply and then walks away.
Did we get those bug rations?
How many do we get? I want to add them to my collection.
I was gonna say, I figured Rosie would have picked him up.
My name is like, yes, and reaches under and brings out 7 bags worth of 3 days of bug rations.
7 times 3, 21 rations. I got them. There's my bag.
You should save those, Rosie.
May just start shoving them in her bag of holding and then just like keep disappearing.
If
That's all good.
I'm ever
I'll put a separate rations for the bug rations, so y'all know which one you want.
Thank
You can order. Oh, it'll be like a little cook to order. You can, like a little
Great.
restaurant.
Yeah.
Rosie's place.
I do have a little bit
That's
of
a good name.
experience. I'd love to give it a go with overworld spices.
Great.
how
Well.
dare you?
So are we is there anything else we need to do before we just head down that tunnel, or?
Take a
I think
wicked
so. I'm
trip
ready to
up
be
that. That's
up
fine.
there.
Yeah, I want to
I'm
breathe the
ready
air.
to see some sunshine.
Yeah.
All right.
Stagnant down here.
Mhm.
As the 7 of you ceremoniously exit the castle of Kinor, do you request the assistance of the soldiers?
No, we got this.
I would.
We're good.
Oh, okay.
We've gone.
Sure. I don't
a
really
lot of
care.
I
places.
mean, should we take a vote? I mean, since it seems like
let's
How
take a vote.
far is
Okay.
it? Like, how far do we have to go to the outside?
The only reason it took over a day was because of all the work it took to clear the tunnel. To get to the entrance of the tunnel will take you probably like 3-4 hours.
Oh,
Where
we
does
don't
it, like,
need soldiers.
Where does it lead us? Does it lead us back to the camp, or is it like away from the camp?
It leads you exactly 1 mile west of the camp.
Okay.
So you will have to east of the camp. So you will have to travel west to get back to the main road that then goes to Barrington.
I mean,
mean-
there's probably going to be some people looking for us,
Hmm.
but I think we don't
Well-
need their help so much.
we get at least to the entrance, and we've those armored rat mole things are around. So in case we might at least to get to the entrance again. It wouldn't
Are the
Yeah.
be
are
a
the
bad
guards
idea.
Huh?
Cute? Are the guards cute?
Yeah, are the guards
Um,
cute?
You don't know their personalities.
They're not bugs anymore.
Do they seem nice? Like,
Yeah,
Do
no,
they
they
seem
seem like they seem nice. They are not the same that went with Chad and you as they are resting. But
Okay.
yeah, I mean, they seem like nice, well trained. They all look very average. But there's drow, so they look,
Wow.
better than some.
Right.
Like sexy average.
Sexy
I
average.
investigate to see which one is the most looking up and down of any of the
Oh my
party.
The most looking up and down.
If you
Like
if you can form a sentence from the English language, I might be able to help you out.
Got it. Which of them is giving us the eyes more than normal? Not
Gotcha.
not like
I
in a
see.
creepy way, but like
Roll an insight check.
wow.
Yeah. Roll an insight check.
That guy's a real looking up and down guy over there.
That's a 13.
13. They are all above board professional soldiers who are awaiting your command.
I mean,
I don't really care.
Let's
That made it worse.
all right, I vote on they come with us. Anybody
I vote.
Yes.
To what end?
to just the entrance of the
Oh,
tunnel?
okay.
Gotta get
Yeah.
faster.
Yeah, that makes
why
sense.
not?
Who knows?
Great.
All right.
Yeah, those
That's majority.
Those moles.
I'm not
That's what
making
I'm
them a
saying.
scarf, though.
Those moles, they
We
had
should
armor.
vote on things
so
more
they're
often.
like-
That was very efficient.
You know, I had an armored mole as a pet when I was a kid. It ran away though.
Did you make the armor yourself,
No, it was just.
or did it
armored.
come armored?
I think the moles make them torture.
I like to
Do you have
think
any-
that when I describe these mole rats, I was thinking of like it's like a natural like carapace armor that is on its mole rats. But I like to think that Chad and you thought that they were just armored, like someone has armored these giant mole rats.
I've never thought
I was
about
gonna
them being armored, but yeah.
Oh,
I think it makes
God.
sense.
Do you guys have any extra armor
Wow.
for Batty? Did you
Yeah,
guys
that's
take
what
any
I
of
was
the armor?
thinking.
I mean, they didn't like drop any. And I
Maybe
think
we
just,
can use some of this gold to get some made, because Batty's really useful,
That would
but
be
I don't
really
want her to
cool.
get hurt.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure there's some smiths in Barrington that we can.
Yeah.
I don't know how long it'll take them.
There's a
So if we're like,
You can ask.
yeah,
in the Gora Hole. There's incredible of the finest smiths ever made in the mountains.
We're not going back
Nice.
to the ground.
Okay.
In fact, let's start moving
I
upwards.
mean, yeah,
immediately.
let's
Yeah.
walk and talk. I think
All
we
right,
should.
you. Sorry, go ahead, Quinn.
Is Barrington bigger than Bayhoff? Where
Bayhoff's much bigger than
Right,
Barrington.
much bigger than Barrington.
Yeah. Okay, I shouldn't say much. It's like New York compared to Chicago.
Okay.
Okay.
Much.
Okay.
That's a three
Quite big.
million population difference.
Yeah,
So
Barrington so
Barrington
much
has
bigger.
better pizza.
Barrington has better. Yeah, Barrington has better pizza. Sure.
It's the water.
Barrington has better lasagna with crust on it.
Water.
And
Shots fired at Barrington.
There is no hate in the chat, remember.
Exactly. All right, so you ceremoniously leave the castle. You are escorted by the soldiers who remain silent and just kind of like 10 feet behind you most of the time. And they, sorry, Morton, what were you going to say?
Oh, wait, I'm just after you're done describing.
Okay, gotcha. So yeah, I mean, you all make your way through the tunnel. Is there anything that either any of you want to do during this 3 to 4 hour walk?
Yeah, I pull Chad aside.
Oh my god.
Hey,
Yeah.
what's up?
So, remember when we had a little like thing about the silver steps of Cuinn and Maewyn?
Mhm. Yeah.
I think Cuinn might just be, a little greedy. But I think Maewyn
Okay.
might actually be like up to something.
Really?
I'm not sure.
Like, what did you also awesome new rapier, by the way. Like, that's super cool looking. Like,
I like
wow,
and see that a little bit. I go, look at that craftsmanship.
that looks super cool. Was that from the tomb?
Yeah, it was
Super
super
cool.
cool. It was really nice. It's much sharper than my other one. Very nice.
Oh,
Very,
yeah. No, it looks super cool. Like,
like weirdly,
very good.
after we left the tomb, there was
Mhm.
something
Just like a vibe.
off about
Okay.
May. I don't get it. And then when we got back, there was like this little argument. She was very defensive and very like, oh, you know what
Interesting.
all is,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I don't want to say she's doing anything nefarious because I don't
Sure.
like poison any of us or anything. But like,
Okay.
there's something off. There's something.
I
off.
noticed that they're talking.
Maybe, yeah, you noticed that they're talking, but I would assume they made their conversation private. But yeah, you would notice that they were talking.
Absolutely, I'm making it private.
Yeah.
If I hear my name at all, I'm just gonna come back and say, "What you talking about?"
I don't think you. I mean,
Okay.
they know how to.
I've been
Discuss
doing this
discreetly.
the whole
But I mean, if you just are curious, besides that, but if you're looking for your name, that probably doesn't happen.
I think I would be probably listening a little closely to.
But I mean, as you remember from the item, you also have an inkling of a suspicion.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
As small as it is towards Morton. So just simply the fact that he's having a private conversation might make May interested.
I would be
yeah,
pulling
I'm
May
gonna-
aside, like there's something that I want to do, so I don't know if that distracts her.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know if that's happening at this moment all at the same time.
Yep, it is. It sure is. So.
Sure is.
The last thing that I say.
Fair enough.
Well, no, in all fairness, I would, just real quick, I would say Morton probably, it makes sense that Morton would wait for Cuinn to, like, would notice Cuinn has dragged Maewyn aside and use that as a distraction to talk to Chad privately, so.
I don't know. I mean, Quinn's like, he's fine. He's a little creepy on some things, but I don't know if
He's
that's
kind of an asshole, but like.
Can be, but I don't know if that's May's influence. You know, I don't know if there's like magical or anything like that she does.
She can like talk in your head. Done that to me.
I like do one of these.
Oh, does that mean? Oh, she's done it to me though. Like, does that? I don't know a lot about magic. But does that mean like she can do it whenever?
Maybe. Would that mean that she's kind of connected with the spider? You know, like maybe they're working. I don't know. I don't want to point things, but like something's weird.
Sure. Yeah. I'll keep
your eye out.
Definitely.
There's something off, and I don't want any of us to get hurt. But like, we have a connection, you know. But then I don't want her to cause us harm. So just be on the look.
Yeah. No, totally.
I'm pretty sure I'm correct about this because I'm
okay. Yeah, I mean, if you
great.
Can you also? Oh, thanks. It was a lot of manual labor, so I didn't even have to like work out and stuff while we were out there. It was just like a workout in itself. It was really awesome.
You're sweaty and dirty. Oh yeah.
God. Okay. While this conversation continues, and as it has been happening, Cuinn, you have pulled Maewyn aside.
I'll reach in my bag and be like, all right, here you go. 30 gold. That's your cut. I told you I'd make you square.
I'm not worried about just me, Cuinn.
Well, we all got like 100 and everybody got 141, right?
Yes. Cuinn.
I trust you, man. I would never.
Yeah. Why did we leave, Cuinn?
Why did we leave? Because we didn't want to live under our parents' shadow. That's why I left.
And what did our parents do that we did not like?
Well, they stole from people who didn't deserve it. I'm not stealing from anybody who doesn't deserve it. I'm not even stealing. They gave it.
You're putting money over other things, Cuinn.
Name one time I've done that. 24 hours.
Cuinn.
Yeah, I found that pile of gold, but I also helped you every step of the way.
Okay, but I died, and you were across the room in a pile of gold, and you didn't
I was
pay
dead.
Everybody, and everybody
I also
helped.
died.
Okay, hey, you guys both just went unconscious, okay?
I was also
saying
unconscious. Both of us
is
did.
we do better when we're together, and I don't feel like you have my back so much anymore.
I have your back over my own back.
When?
That's why I want this gold. That's why I want to give you what I get. That's why I want to do this for us.
But it's important that we do it for other people too. We've been with this group of people longer than almost anybody.
We've been with them for like a week.
You know what I mean?
I just met some of these people.
These people have had our backs, Cuinn.
Yeah.
Just
I appreciate it.
think about what you're doing.
All right. I'm not saying I'm not going to use this gold to buy stuff for everybody.
Okay, but they should get to choose that too.
You really want to give Morton he's been on my back since the first time I saw him.
No, I don't want to give Morton money, but we have to. And look, I think the money needs to be split equally, but there's something weird about Morton recently.
Yeah.
I mean, like always,
Recently?
but like especially recently. Like not just weird, like I don't know, like he's up to something.
What do you mean? What have you
Just like
seen?
extra, like I don't know. He's just been weird to me.
Oh.
Not
Has
like
he?
weird.
What? Okay.
Not like
All
not
right.
like that. It's Morton. I should like clarify what we're talking about.
Okay.
Just like
Thank
a
you.
little like standoffish, like I don't know, like he's mad about something, but I don't know what he would be mad about.
All right. Well, I mean, we should keep an eye on him. I just, unless you want to be proactive about it, I'm all aboard. What do you want to do?
What would we do?
Oh, well, there's a lot of things we could do.
Well,
We
we're
could
not just
ruin
gonna.
his reputation. We could,
Let's keep
we
that
could
on the
just
back burner.
turn the group against him, kick him out of the group. What do you want to do?
Let's keep both of those on the back burner.
All right, yeah, whatever you want. I'm 100%
Yeah.
on board.
Also, those shrooms were not fun.
You didn't have a good time? I had a great time.
No.
What happened?
I just saw our family and
Oof.
I saw Idifer and she said that we split the family apart when we left, and I'm sure it wasn't real, but she said some really bad stuff about you too. I don't know. It's not a big deal. I gotta shake it off.
What you say about me? I mean, it was just a trip, but like maybe it's what you think about me.
No, I mean, it wasn't. I think I just was mad about the gold thing, and it probably just like seeped into.
You didn't go into it with good intentions.
Yeah, I bet that was it. Mhm.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, next time if you're feeling that way, I know we were unconscious, kind of passed out in the zone, but I'm always here for it.
You didn't see anything during the trip?
Oh no, I was just in the clouds, partying with.
Do I get
angels
advantage
and-
on an insight check with my twin?
Yes, you do.
Probably.
But he also gets advantage on a deception check against
Ha
you.
ha
Where is it?
Ooh, 12.
Okay. 22.
22. I
Did you roll
mean,
your twin dice?
No, I didn't. I can re-roll. I can re-roll and use my twin
Reroll
die.
it,
Hey.
man. That's the rules.
I mean,
I
I'm accepting
17.
the 22 at some time. Okay.
17.
I mean, he seems like he's telling the truth, but but you also just know that Cuinn is a very good liar.
Yeah. All right. Okay, well, you can talk to me about stuff too.
And I always will.
Oof.
Yikes.
Okay.
Just as we walk kind of away from Cuinn.
All right.
And I'm just gonna spend the rest of the time walking, just glaring at Morton.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Is there anything else that anybody does? Chat. Yes.
I'd like to go over to Rosie and not like a super secret conversation. So if people are around us, they would hear, but like still kind of pull her to the side.
Yeah.
Hey, Rosie, how are you? How are you doing? How are you?
Oh, I'm doing all right. I'm very excited to get back to Barrington and
Yeah,
just check in on everybody, make sure everybody's okay.
definitely.
Yeah.
Well, I had might be a weird question, but remember before how I talked to you about like how Dune like works through you for your magic-y kind of stuff?
Oh, well, yeah, yes.
You explained it much better than I just did.
I
but,
did,
like, that.
yes. I'm sorry, that was rude.
No, it's true. I mean, you did.
Little on edge.
Has he ever like given you a vision of like what would happen, and then like suddenly you're like back to where like the start of that vision was, and you can like know like what would happen and act on it or something,
Like a rewind.
Yeah, like kind of like that. Like you see something and then suddenly you're like, shit, that was bad, and so you go back and like have a kind of second try at it.
I don't think that anything like that has happened. Okay.
That's no.
I haven't even seen Dune still, I don't think.
Yeah, no, you've not.
Like, okay, well, this is great. So I'll like, well, no, nothing like that has ever happened. I've, asked for a lot of help. I've, before I've acted, not in the moment, but I don't think I've never experienced anything like that. Why? Do you think you're experiencing Dune talking to you?
I don't know if it's Dune, but something definitely happened while we were in the tunnel of like, I heard this like sound down the tunnel, and then I kind of brushed it off as nothing, and we like continued our work, and then a little bit later Quay showed up, but like he like killed like almost everybody, and then suddenly I was like, everybody? Well, yeah, but then suddenly it was like a flash, and I was back, and I heard that sound again, and everybody was alive, and so I could be like, hey, something's coming, hide, and it was still quiet. So it was like happened, but it didn't I don't know, it was really weird.
Well, it sounds like you have some sort of gift, and
wow.
or it just that sounds like a beautiful thing.
Yeah,
especially if Dune is bestowing
just,
it upon you.
How do I know if it's Dune and not some like the bad boy magic? I don't want to be a bad boy necessarily, but
oh my goodness. Okay,
I'm sorry to like drop all of this on you.
No.
I know it's like a lot, but it just happened, and I'm really confused as to
and I'll like take his
what's
hand
going
and
on.
like pat it. Be like, no, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I'm glad you came to me. Glad you came.
Yeah.
Well, I think, Chad, regardless of if this is bad boy magic or not, it's yours, and you have to do with it what you can. And if it is a gift, try to use it for good.
Wow.
And that maybe makes it not bad boy magic. I think bad boy is just an alignment. Not
that makes
really
a lot of sense. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah. Well, I don't know if I'm like a magical person or I just got lucky in those couple times, but yeah, I'll just make sure it's for good.
There you go.
And kind of like straightens himself. He's like, yeah, cool.
Oh, cute.
Okay.
And you can come to me anytime you need anything, for sure. Every time.
No, I know.
Anytime you need advice or like a snack or like a hug or something, you just let me know.
Yeah, I would actually love a snack. We didn't. I had like kind of just the.
Oh.
And if you don't have the bug rations, I just had that all while we were working. So
no, I don't.
A little
I have
variety would be good, but
left.
yeah, if you
one.
Amazing.
Yeah,
I gobbled it all up.
Yes. Wonderful. Are there any other conversations that are wanted to be had during this 3 to 4 hour trip?
I just go up when we get close to the surface. I walk up to one of the walls, the stone walls.
Yeah.
And just get up close and kind of feel my hand of the coarseness of the rock and whisper, "I'll be back soon."
You get no response, but you feel as if it hurt you.
I smile. I go back.
Wonderful. As you approach the entrance of this tunnel, it's been carved out to be kind of like 10 feet wide, 10 feet tall. So it's a good size. As you approach, the drow soldiers kind of stay behind, kind of like not wanting to enter the sunlight. And they all kind of bow to you and just immediately turn tail and start walking in the opposite direction. You leave the dark interior of the underground, and your ears begin to fill with the sounds of birds and wildlife. As
take a deep breath.
Yeah. As the
like grass
sun
angels
hits your face, and the warm exterior of the Illadrin wilds returns to you. As I said, you know that you are, the drow informed you that you are a mile east of the Forshee mining camp, and a mile east as well of the road. You can either go to the road by passing the Forshee mining camp by heading directly east from where you are right now, or you can head south a little bit and then head east if you don't want to pass the mining camp.
Oh shit! What happened to those people we?
Yeah, we should probably try to pass the campsite where we told them to meet us.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. They look like sturdy people. They're probably good.
Oh boy.
But they
All
had
right.
like literally nothing. But yeah. I mean, let's go at least see if we can find them.
Hey, they had my short sword, okay?
Also, yeah.
Let's go that way. Here we go.
Fair. Okay.
All right.
Weird that you left that with them. All right.
You make your way eastward towards the Forshee mining camp. As you approach the exterior, you see the 15-foot tall log wall that surrounds the camp. And as you get closer, you hear no sounds, no individuals. You round the wall, and at the front of the Forshee mining camp, you see that the gates are open, or not fully like wide open, but they are just like cracked open.
I sneak up and look in the crack.
Go ahead and roll a stealth check for me.
What are you doing?
I'm just looking. I'm not looking for gold. And I keep going up. Nat 20, 25.
Oh, well, you become one with the shadows. Cuinn looks back to you. Cuinn looks back to you to like give some kind of whippy comeback, and you're already gone like Batman. And you
like the shade.
Stealth your way. The shade. You stealth your way. R.I.P. You stealth your way towards the front gate of the camp, and you peer into the crack. You see that where the fire usually was, the large fire that cooked the meals, is not even smoking. It has been put out. Looks like it's been out for probably a little over a day. And in the go ahead and roll a investigation check for me.
18.
18. In the kind of just like front entrance of this camp, just kind of on the ground in the mud, you see definite signs of like a skirmish or like a large like chaotic movement of a bunch of people, as well as like some blood spatters. And a little bit further in, currently over the fire pits are crisp humanoid bodies, one of which has a familiar short sword stabbed through its abdomen. And there's about 5 bodies in total that you can see. And then as you're looking at the investigation check, with that investigation check, you see over in the like left of the camp where the wagons usually are a pile of dead hangman soldiers, and more footprints, a lot of them being barefoot, heading away from that pile and out of the mining camp.
I like turn around and like am taking in all this information by just like doing this. I think we should have gone into the mines with all of the captives. For lack of a better word, they fucked shit up.
Oh.
Is what I see, and I like kind of push the door open and reveal.
Wow.
What happened?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh.
I think we all knew they would. That's why we didn't go back.
No, we didn't.
We can all
Nope.
agree on that right now.
But there's your short sword if you want to get it. Apparently, it's not a very.
I do.
May, as you
How far-
approach to grab the short sword.
I was gonna say, how far away is it?
25, 30 feet.
I was gonna try to mage hand it. So she
Okay,
wouldn't
I mean, you
have
can
to
walk
into
closer.
place.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
The mage hand is 30 feet. I don't know if it can hold the sword.
Yeah, for a halfling, I would say it's under 10 pounds.
Okay.
So you ahead and make a perception check, May and Cuinn.
14.
15.
15, May. As the short sword is pulled out of the body and floats back towards the entrance, the head kind of jostles and moves, and you see long gray hair reminiscent of the woman that this short sword was given to.
Here's your sword.
Thanks.
Seems like not a great sword.
Should we like search this place for anything more about Animalia, Hangman? Like, if it's deserted, it might be a good time. Just give it a quick once over, right?
I'm all right with that. I draw my rapier and walk in just in case there's anybody hidden.
Yeah.
I'll
I draw my
do the same.
saxophone.
Yeah. Shit,
I'm going to say, because there's nobody here, I'm not going to make any rolls happen. As far as like the investigation checks, you thoroughly search this place. There's a few things that you find. You find that, one, the crisp bodies that have been burned over the fires are old, like over a day old, whereas the bodies of the guards are less than a day old. You also find that some guards were killed in their sleep in their various tents. You see that, however, even counting amongst the bodies and counting the ones asleep in the tent, about a third of the force that you remember seeing at this Forshee camp is found dead in this camp. And looking at the wagons have been gone, and it doesn't look like they were taken recently. It looks like they were taken a while ago. So at some point when you were gone, the camp was taken away from, or the most of the Animalia / hangmen left this camp on like good terms. It was not like that was not a part of the battle. And then the remaining guards were slain and killed by some group of people you assume to be the slave workers. Maybe perhaps in revenge for a smaller group of the slave workers who had been captured and murdered and killed, which would be the crisp bodies. In the large tent where everything was held, you see that pretty much everything has been taken. You don't find any documents. You don't find any belongings. It's just now just filled with cots that maybe some of the soldiers were sleeping in, and there's a large fire in the middle. But the captive cells were emptied. You see that both holes were like temporarily filled that were created. That must have happened before, or upon the exiting of the Animalia. And the last thing that you see is on the pile of rubble where the entrance of this mine lives, you see a note that has been written, and it is signed by Roderick Bill Wright. And then it says underneath that, the Ram. And the note is to the potential freers of the captives of the Animalia. We hope you find their dismembered corpses as good of a message as we need to send. Clearly this note was written before the attack. And it says, the search will continue, and if somehow you have made it out of your stoned hell, know that they cried in pain for hours.
Bitch ass.
Can I hold on to that note?
Yeah.
Cool. Now we have evidence that he's the Ram for whoever the proper authorities are. So,
Smart. Can I look at his handwriting? Just for a little bit. You can keep the note, but I just want to memorize. In case I need to.
I unfurl it like this.
In case I need to impersonate it. I think.
Yeah, of course.
Just kind of look at this.
Rosie.
If anybody wants to help me, I would like to take. You said the woman who had the sword embedded in her.
She's on like a spigot over the fire.
Yeah, I wanna like I don't need to remove the spigot, but I want to like take her off of it.
Yeah.
And like lay down. I have some like cloth and like candles and stuff, and I want to like say a little prayer, give her a little like funeral.
Yeah,
I would
easily enough.
join you.
Yeah, if anybody
Yeah, I
wants
would
to.
Yeah, you definitely would.
Mm-hmm.
I do.
And I flick a little of my little holy water, and at the end I just say, "Thank you for your sacrifice. It will not be in vain."
Very nice.
That was very nice, Rosie. Yeah. Should we try to follow these footprints and like see if we can find the rest of the group and make sure they get back to Barrington okay, or just
Well,
like
we're
head
going to
back?
Barrington, right?
We see them on the way.
Yeah.
We can
Good idea
help
to
them,
probably.
but
How long of a trip is it to Barrington from here? A couple days.
Yeah, a couple days.
We can certainly, if they're heading in that direction. At least
Yeah, I mean, I figured.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
in this time, you have definitely seen that not only do the most recent footprints all show a mass exodus out of this camp, but it shows them heading down the main road.
The main road, okay.
And at a slow pace as well, like not painfully slow, but as a casual pace.
Yeah.
Great.
See if we could just
Right,
head that way.
Let's get back
There
to
we go.
Barrington.
All in favor? I think voting was
Aye.
cool. Great.
Yes.
All right, unanimous. The group leaves the Forrush mining camp and heads westward towards the main road, and then breaks to the south. For the sake of brevity, your trip goes on without a hitch. You actually notice that you don't catch up to the workers, and upon your next day of travel, you notice that they most likely continued through the night. But they do seem to be unharmed and healthfully making their way towards the city of Barrington. As you travel, both days go by without a hitch. Nothing really seems to occur. Everybody is safe and protected. Flint, are you about to say something?
On the second day, as we're traveling, I do take my urn necklace and affix it sneakily to the back of Quinn's backpack, and then just spend the day in my cigar lounge. On my way.
I was like, where?
But no one knows where you are.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I mean, that wouldn't happen. So eventually, as you were walking down the road, you all would notice that Flint is not there.
Did I notice him put something on my back?
Flint, make a sleight of hand check.
Okay. No problem.
No problem.
You always say that, and then you get like a natural one.
18.
18, yeah, no, you did not.
Anybody seen Flint recently? Did you like stop to take a nap and we didn't notice, or like?
I think that he has been going into more shaded areas in order to mourn the loss of his beloved underground.
That makes sense.
Oh,
So
so-
he's probably just.
There's trees.
Yeah, we probably should just
Hey,
up with
if you're
him.
okay, can you just say I'm okay? So we know that you're there.
You would hear them saying all this.
Yeah, I'll like peek just my mouth out of the urn.
You see this urn, and this urn is like sitting up, like just swinging from the back of Quinn's Quinn's backpack, and very cartoonishly, like his actual head, the way it is sized, comes out of this hole that it shouldn't come out of, and it's just like peeking out of this face.
Oh God!
What the?
Flint!
Quinn, you have a Flint on your back.
Hey, sorry, Quinn. It's not a big deal, everyone. I'm just a little sun-lagged, so I'm just gonna take it
Wow.
today and then be in my. If anyone wants a cigar, let me know. I'm not sure if I
That'd
can
be
take it
great.
out of here.
I do.
Is
You
that
know-
the
yeah, I'd
cigar
love a
room you
cigar.
guys were
Can
talking
you
about?
tell us
What
when
is
you do this
What?
next time?
Okay,
It's
next
his
time.
lounge.
how do you fit in there?
That's right.
I'm not.
You very faintly see like dark brown like smoke coming out from like under his neck.
Ah, smoky lube.
Are you cooking?
What?
What?
No.
How
I'm
you
not-
doing it?
I have people in there that is giving me the cigars, they're chopping off the ends of the cigars and stuff.
There are other
There's
people
people in there?
I think so. I think they're like illusions, maybe, but to me, they're people.
Did you? Are they like kidnapped?
And funnily enough, they all look like you guys.
Aw.
Yep. And
Can we go in the
and
urn?
Batty's in there as well.
Can we? Yeah, can we go in?
No, actually, you can't go in. I'm working on that. It would be nice to have you all join in, but not quite yet. So.
What do you mean by not quite yet?
Well, I think it's possible. There's a lot of room in here. It's very spacious. There's actually a couple pool tables in the back, but so there's got to be a way to get you in here. But I don't think you can get in here now. So.
You were in here the whole time while we were in the tomb.
No, not the whole time.
This is a normal thing that's like a thing now?
I mean, apparently.
Sort of.
I'll transport back out.
The like brown smoke pours out of the vase and kind of lands next to Cuinn and manifests itself to be Flint with the urn hanging around his neck.
I have no idea what's going on, so don't even ask me. But honestly, kind of love it.
Wow.
I don't mind if you want
flow.
to hang out on my back. Doesn't bother me.
Oh, sweet. Thanks. I go back
So
on.
much happened.
Hey, Rosie, can I have one of those bug rations?
Yeah.
I'll grab one of those.
Yeah, the first
Alright.
day was taken care of, but you do need rations for the second day.
I want to try to drop a couple bugs into the urn when Flint's in there and see what happens.
They like kind of like land, but as if a fan is constantly glowing. They like hold for a second and then are blown out.
Hey, Flint, there's some bugs up here for you.
I reappear, grab them, and then disappear.
Okay, Morton, what's up?
You said we were traveling for 2 days?
Yes.
At the evening and dusk, I would be reading the book, and
Okay.
I would be also waiting for Cuinn to fall asleep so that I can try and get into his bag for gold.
Okay.
Absolutely, you would not be falling asleep for me if May told you you were creeping her out.
Okay. Both of you make Constitution. Both of you make Constitution saving throws.
Glaring at him
Oh,
until I fall asleep.
Very much like Sam and Gollum.
Yeah. And also, it's just the one night because it's 1 day of travel and then another full day of travel.
Mm.
You're gonna get into
10.
Barrington in the evening.
12!
12. Okay, so you fall asleep first, Cuinn.
I know how much gold I have.
Morton, make a sleight of hand check.
Technically, I'm right next to Quinn's bag because I'm attached.
Yeah. Yeah.
19.
19. Neither of you notice anything. How much? I mean, at a 19, there's also watches happening. So make a stealth check.
I also have divvied out that gold. I put it in the Discord.
Yes.
Not that gold. The specific gold. Like, I'm trying to take the amount. That
Well, it's all of his gold's in the same place. Yeah.
Gotcha. Well,
Yeah, I don't have more than one pile of gold.
Yeah.
Well, 12. For
12.
stealth. No, wait, for stealth? Yes, 12.
12. I'm assuming you would have waited until your watch to do it anyway. So does anybody have a passive insight above a 12?
Passive insight?
Yeah, or perception?
Yes.
Okay, so, and you do too, Rosie? So both of you kind of like...
I do too.
Okay. So those with a passive
no.
perception above 12 are kind of stirred to some rustling. Because you rolled a 19 on the sleight of hand, I'll say that you were able to like they don't see you actively in his purse, but all three of you would just kind of, if you opened your eyes after hearing the rustling, would just see Morton kind of like hovering over Cuinn.
Oh, I would wake Cuinn up immediately.
Scream in his head.
Cuinn, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up,
As
wake
soon
up.
as I
Morton, what's
step-
going on?
I step on the ground like 5 times and go, "Did you see that fucking huge spider?"
Ugh.
Ah!
You weren't acting like there was a spider just a minute ago. What were you doing?
I don't know, some weird shadow, and then it moved, and I stepped on it, and I didn't like it. And
Roll
I,
a deception, Morton.
Where's my... there it is. I forget that it goes in alphabetical order.
Yeah.
Ooh! 22. No, I'm sorry, 21. 21.
Yeah, none of you have any reason to not believe Morton in this moment. You can easily kind of pass it off in your brain as if he was very carefully and quietly approaching the spider.
Sorry about that. Sorry, go back to sleep.
What?
I'm so
Can we
sorry.
have
Morton, you're a true friend.
The spiders live out here. We're in their home, Morton. Don't try to squish the spiders.
Isn't it weird how we eat some bugs but like are afraid of other bugs?
That's a good point.
I don't know. Like,
Excellent insight, you.
Whatever. You know what? Sorry.
I
I'm
would
just
never
doing
eat
my
a
job.
spider.
Just doing my job and being on watch. It's fine.
I mean, I think we're all a little like extra sensitive to spiders with the whole like Edmund thing.
Thank you.
On
I think
average,
it's fair.
You eat 8
That's
spiders
fair.
per year. Fun fact.
I hate that fun fact. That's not fun.
That's actually
That's an
tripled
unfun fact.
Fun fact.
Yeah, that's what it is. You.
Triple
All right.
pound. Ugh.
I go back to bed.
Back to
All
my
right.
watch. How much did I get?
Yeah, how much gold am I missing?
Yeah, I would say the next day, Cuinn.
That I
go ahead
count
and
every
roll.
morning?
Yeah.
I
In that amount of
count every
time, with a
morning.
sleight of hand of 19 and a stealth check of 12, the difference is 7. I'm going to say you had 7 seconds, and for each second, full second, so roll 7d6, and that's how much gold that you
Nice.
stole.
Nice.
All I gotta say
Excellent
is you
dice
fucked
math.
up, Morton. That's all I gotta say.
There's going to be a total party kill, and it's going to be.
I can roll it if you want me to, just to make
No,
it
I
easier
got it.
for you.
I've got 5, and so I'll just roll
Okay,
it.
gotcha. Yeah.
So that's 1, 12, 17, 21, 23, 28 total.
28 gold. So you wake up and you are 28 gold less.
Okay.
Cuinn. Did you do anything?
It's a thief off. No, I'm not doing anything right now.
It's a thief off.
All right. Yeah, you feel pretty confident. At least Cuinn would. So you continue to travel the next day, uneventful. And finally, as the sun is about probably an hour away from setting, you reach the outskirts of the city of Barrington.
Oh, it's good to be
Wow.
home.
Does anyone have like a cloak? I feel like I shouldn't just walk into this city as
Nothing
me.
that fit you.
I mean, I do, but it's like a.
Good point. Really,
Cross
Morton,
off.
do you have a
Be
cloak?
like putting on like a child's raincoat.
I've just got mine.
Okay.
Like to join me. I need to go stop by the. Rosie, where did you go to worship?
Church?
Yeah, I know it's called the
Deceptive
church.
Dune.
Like, what was it called? Did they have any?
Dune's
Like,
pasture. If they
Well,
let you
Dune's
in.
Pasture is the main one that's
Yeah,
like
if they let
for.
you in.
Yeah, but you also had a building in the Southeast District that was a church to Dune.
are there any shelters or anything around there? Just I want to see if our freed friends made it back.
Mm.
Well, the Temple of Dune is always a safe space for anyone who needs it. So
You would know, Rosie, that
Yeah.
if any people came in from the north side of Barrington, they would have been taken to the Northwest District Temple of Dune.
So we would want to go to the Northwest Temple if they came the way that we came,
Okay.
because we're entering from the north, right?
Yes.
Cool.
You said you want. I think they all know what our faces. Well, did they see? This is a DM question. Did they
Yeah.
ever see my face? I was usually in my hood of disguise.
No, yeah, I mean, you showed, well, once you were captured, no, yeah, even when you were captured, yeah, so no, the people of, the workers from the Four Rush mining camp would not know Morton's face.
Right. So I gift for temporary usage my hood of disguise onto Chad, since I am similar sized, not
Yeah.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah.
size.
So it's a little tighter on Chad. Just a little
Hold
bit.
down a bit. Oh, I'm sorry, I ripped it.
You know how to use that, right? You put it up.
I don't. I just
just like this.
put it up.
You put it up, and now imagine the face that you kind of want. Like, think really hard about the face you would like.
And I just like, for whatever reason, the first thing that comes to me is an orc that I battled as a kid a bunch, and so I just turn into an orc.
Ah, look at that! That looks nice. Nice job. Nice.
This is pretty cool. Wow. I just stare at my hands for a while.
It's definitely a weird sensation.
Well, I'm gonna go to there. Chad, if you'd like to join me. If anyone else wants to, that's fine. But
that's a crazy item you have. One of a kind, probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
I got one.
What the?
What?
You've seen it.
I think Alexander Nightshade is.
I thought.
Hey, it's a very
thought it was
famous
Edmund.
sex. No, Edmund is Tommy Two Twos.
Oh,
Yeah,
gotcha. Oh, you're Alexander Nightshade. Okay, and then you pretend.
What are you smoking in the lamp?
Well, the illusions tell me it's tobacco, but.
But yeah, I'll go with you. I have a couple errands before I don't know how long we're planning on staying here, but there are some things I want to do before heading there.
You also had the armor. I mentioned to you about. I gave you the bug parts. Is there been any headway on that?
Oh yeah. Was you actually there? I don't remember for that, but
exactly that.
Yes.
I there was a few nights I would have kept working on that. Absolutely.
Yeah. I would say that. I mean, I said that it was really like just like another like 6 hours of work or something like that with the check that Ian rolled. So I would say that even still taking long rests every night, that it could be finished now if you would like it to be.
Yeah, I would say that I would have kept working on it. If you want me to roll anything for it.
Yeah, go ahead and roll another, I guess dexterity plus proficiency.
Sure.
Check.
Yeah. All right.
And I would say at advantage.
Okay.
You specifically trained with a blacksmith or dwarven, you know.
With advantage, it's a nat 20.
Oh, with advantage in a nat 20. With advantage in a nat 20, because it's specifically a nat 20, not only does this have the stats of studded leather armor, but it will. But as you kind of makes their final touches on this piece of armor, do you like write any symbols or any like lettering or anything? And it's totally okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah. What do you think? What do you think? Yeah. Like a symbol of Dune, would that be on there? Or?
It would be the Planetarium Panopticon.
Wonderful.
And then because my name under the Palladium is Pax.
Yes.
That it would have P in it.
As you finish the second P, it kind of like almost the etching that you've made almost like embeds itself even like another centimeter, making it even more clear. And it glows slightly and flashes for but a moment. And this is studded leather armor made from the carapace of a giant beetle. So it also gives you resistance to poison damage.
Hey! Nice.
Dope.
As it has a magical, and that also means that this armor is considered magical, which means it cannot be destroyed by ordinary means.
Heck yeah.
Okay. Resistance to poison damage, magical. I'm typing in all my notes.
But it's not +1, so it's still just regular studded leather armor, but it gives you resistance to poison damage.
Cool. Armor.
Baby's first commission.
And yeah, you would feel a extreme sense of accomplishment from this work, especially with everything that's going
Very
on.
proud. Very
They
proud.
they dove into this and gave it their all, and the work shows.
As I like go to like get the armor and see how beautiful it is, I pass you 15. I passed him 20 gold of my own gold, not the 28 that I got. This is beautiful, and I put it on, and I assume it fits like real nice.
Oh yeah, for sure.
This is
Like a glove.
like a
Good
glove.
glove.
I'm pretty proud of it.
Should be. This is gorgeous.
Yeah, I wish we would have gotten more of those beetles, I guess.
It's all right.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Yeah, it looks good on you too.
Thank you. Thank you so
Does.
much. I mean,
Incredible craftsmanship, you. Truly incredible.
Yeah, really well done.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. Shoot.
Chad, you and I want to go to the Northwest Temple?
Sure.
Great. If anyone wants to join, you can.
I'll join.
Well, what other errands were you gonna run, Chad? Because I was gonna run some errands, but if you're gonna go, I'll wait. I'll go with you.
Oh, I mean, it's a couple of things. I want to do a little shopping and visit a couple places.
I mean, we definitely all need to like re-up on our rations.
Mm-hmm.
That's for sure.
It's true.
We cut it kind of close there.
So I could just like, we could all do whatever other outside of shopping things we need to do and like meet in the market maybe.
Yeah.
That sounds
Sounds
good.
good.
You could also, and just I'm just reminding you of this location. You could also meet at Miss Kettlepot's house if you would.
That's where I'm
if you would like
going.
to meet somewhere
Yeah, I
more
would
private.
like to.
Let's meet there.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'd like to
sure.
see.
Maybe we can get dinner there. Maybe we can cook some dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Okay.
can cook some ourselves.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I love it.
Okay.
Okay, so as you all begin to get closer to the city, the sounds of Barrington come to life. So we have you and Rosie going to Miss Kettlepot's house, and Chad and Maewyn and Morton running some errands. Cuinn and Flint, what are you up to?
I was
was-
gonna go run errands, but try to not be with Morton.
Okay.
Oh, Cuinn and I can just run errands ourselves.
Yeah, so the
Yeah,
twins
we'll
can the twins can go off by themselves. Okay.
I'm going. It's just the three tallest members of the group will go off together to.
So you go with Chad and
Split
Morton.
up by size.
You're right. Yep. Makes sense.
Split up by size.
So yeah, you go with Chad and Morton, and you and Rosie, as you are making your way to Miss Kettlepot's house, both of you make perception checks for me.
7.
13.
13.
I'm so
With the
excited.
13, you just like occasionally like glance over your shoulder as you're walking, and you pick up that two figures are paying quite a bit of attention to you and Rosie and are following you. And they are dressed in deep, like blue-green cloaks that are clasped. But with a 13, you don't see much other about them, other than the fact that one is a woman with pure white hair that is like short and a pixie cut, and the other is a human man with like messy brown hair that kind of falls in front of his face and like a scraggly beard.
The Emerald Union's gotten into this world.
Oh, Rubian is technically canon now. No.
I noticing that would be like, we can't just go back empty-handed. We gotta hit up to the market, get some ingredients if we're gonna cook.
Oh my goodness, you're right. Oh, thank you for saving me from that embarrassment.
Right? I know.
Gosh,
Plus-
could you imagine if we came
Oh,
and
I
she
know.
said, "Oh, you're gonna cook," and we didn't have anything? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, we gotta go. We gotta go get something. What do you think we should cook? And as we're like walking towards the market, like trying to keep an eye on
For sure. You make your way to the Grand Market, which is in between the Northwest and Southeast District towards the north. And as you're making your way there, you definitely keep an eye on them and definitely notice that the turns that you are making down the streets are being echoed. And you confirm for yourself that you are being followed by them.
But you don't
they
ever
are
tell
keeping-
me, right? That we're being followed.
Not yet.
Okay.
And they keep a distance of about 15 feet. And yeah, that's about what you get.
15 feet. Okay. As we walk up to some of the stalls and we're like, yeah, what do you think about these shrimp? Hey, Mom, don't freak out, but I think somebody's following us. The blue-green cloaks, they're like 15 feet away, so keep your voice down. Don't look.
I'm not gonna look.
Do you like?
I want to look, but I don't. I'm not going to. I trust you.
Okay.
Those are really good shrimp, though. We should get those.
Yeah,
And
we should definitely do shrimp. Now that we talked about shrimp, we should definitely do shrimp.
How much are these shrimp? I ask the.
Yeah, these shrimp are, I sell each of these shrimp for a copper a piece. So, it's, however many you want.
How big are they? How big are these shrimp?
Jumbo shrimp.
Are these big ass whales?
To you, they are like the size of jumbo shrimp. Yeah.
Okay. Let's get a couple handfuls, maybe for like an appetizer. So maybe
I have sacks if you don't want to just put them in your hands like a weird.
Oh yeah.
creepo.
Well, I mean like handful, like to measure. Yes. We'll travel
Roughly
them in the
hands.
sacks. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh well, if you're doing double handfuls, I also charge by the handful, just a gold per handful.
Oh.
Or sorry, a silver per handful.
The problem is we will need a sack also. Though.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I can get you a sack.
So I'll do my
Here you
handfuls.
go. And he like takes a sack that clearly had something like shrimp in it, and he like flips the remaining liquid that was in it off the bag, and then hands it to you.
Very cool. Okay. We'll wash these extra
We'll do a
when we
good.
get
I'll
to
do
Mosquito
I'll do a
Farm.
purify food. and drink.
Thank you. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I'm so proud of you. And I'll scoop some shrimp in to the bag, pay the how many silvers? Like I'll do like 4 handfuls.
So yeah, so if you want to, for silver, 4 silver.
4 silver, I have 4 silver. Okay. I love having money.
Yeah, and as always, kind of just to make it easy, your gold, your large chunks of gold that you get are always made up in denominations of silver and copper, so you can always make change for yourself.
Okay. Cool. And so then I'll look at you and I'll be like, another stall?
Yeah. And we move on to the another one.
Yeah, now that you
Yeah.
go ahead and make a perception check. You make another one, and Rosie, if you do dare to look at any point, go ahead and make a perception check as well.
I think that as I am like, doing activity and like, oh, shrimp, blah blah blah, I'll try to like get a little side glance in. Yeah.
It's a 14 on this one.
This one I got a 21.
Ooh, okay. With a 14, you notice pretty much everything that I've described already with these people. With the 21, Rosie, you notice 2 other things. One, you notice that on the opposite side of the market, there is a 3rd individual that is also following you. They are also wearing a deep blue-green cloak. This is a half-orc individual with black hair that's kind of messy, 2 large tusks coming out of his bottom jaw, and he's currently like taking a big swig out of like a wineskin when you look over, and you look over at him, and he like, as you both actually kind of like make eye contact for a second, and he like ducks behind a stall.
Oh my god.
And on the other 2 who are a little bit closer, you notice I would say that Rosie would know that it is the symbol of the Palladium Planopticon on 2 of the cloaks. That was a bit too small, and it's like it's etched in the same color thread, so you didn't notice it at first glance. But you have seen this symbol plenty of times on used belongings, and you know what that symbol would be.
Yeah, he made me sew it into. They made me
Yeah.
sew it into all this stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Every piece of clothing they had. So I'll look at you and I'll say, are these friends or foes?
Oh. How did I not notice that?
It's okay. It's a busy place.
I mean, the shade was a friend of yours. He was a little weird, but he was definitely a friend. I think we can talk to them.
You want to talk to them?
Do you want to invite them over for shrimp?
Well, I got to go back for a few more handfuls of shrimp then.
And that is where we're going to take a little bit of a bio break. And we will come back after intermission. We'll see what the other groups are going up to, and then we will come back to you, Rosie, and you. So yeah, we're going to go on intermission now. Thank you for watching. Get up, stretch, grab some water, hydrate, but then come right back because we're not going anywhere. Yeah, we'll be right back.
Woo!
Woo! Hi, welcome back to Charmed Persons. Hope you had a good break. Did you stand up and stretch? Did you get some water and hydrate? If you didn't, too late. Can't do it now. Thank you for staying tuned in. We will continue with Rosie and you here in a minute. But right now we flash over to Chad and Morton as they make their way to the northwest.
And Flint.
And Flint, I apologize. As they make their way to the Northwest District Temple of Dune.
It's finally good to be with, people our own size.
Yeah. You're,
yeah?
I don't know much about the dwarves. How tall are you? How tall are they usually?
I'm a proud 4'5". I admit that I'm tall for a dwarf.
Can I say is that average or tall? Nice. Yeah, great. Awesome.
I'm tall for a dwarf. Everyone knows it. If you were to see me against like 100 other dwarves of my same age, I would be towards the taller end.
Arguably, Flint is closer in height to the halflings than he is to the human and the half-elf.
Oh, you're like super tall, dude.
Thank
yeah.
you. Yes.
For sure.
Cool.
I've got a question for you.
Yes.
If at all at some point, I'm a fan of learning. I've been reading the Ayla book on the way here. If you've got time on the side, I would love to learn. If you can teach me Dwarven, and if you think you can, this what language is on the front of it? What's it called again?
Primordial.
Is there any way that you could teach me that as well? I'd love to.
Okay, here's the deal, Morton. I would love to teach you Dwarven. It's a beautiful language. Some say it's the language of love. Just guttural sounds that the dwarves make. How it's beautiful. I will teach you that, of course. Primordial. Wow. I think I'm going to keep that from you for now because it's kind of like my thing in the group right now, and I'm really trying to latch on to that. So
that's fine. That's fine. I'm just.
That's fair. I think. Yeah.
No, I won't. I won't press you on that. I don't want to be rude, but I'd love to learn Dwarven if I can. I do know Elvish and Orcish and Orc, and just always love to learn.
So you pick up on languages easily.
I'd like to think so. I've studied them pretty.
Okay, we'll start with the dative case. I give him a Duolingo lesson.
Yeah. Roll
Where is the bathroom?
Intelligence check straight up, both of you.
Well,
oh, nat 20, 22.
All right.
Okay, let's see if I can. 13.
13.
Where the library.
So I mean, Flint speaks Dwarven, so he's not going to incorrectly teach you Dwarven. But his check is more of at the speed of what he is and kind of like the organization of what he is teaching you. So he teaches you like the very simple pronouns of the language, and then starts describing some of his body parts in Dwarven. And then just starts pointing at random objects on the street and says some of those in Dwarven, and by the time you get to the temple, like that's all that's been discussed. But with a natural 20, you feel like you could memorize all the words for the pronouns of Dwarven, most of the body parts, and a couple random objects on the street.
All right.
All right, I will quiz you tomorrow on the dwarven word for leg.
We'll happily do it. Glark.
Das Glark.
Oh, sorry, Das Glark. And I like do that thing that people are like, Das Glark.
Yeah. So you approach the temple, and you see that the Temple of Dune is just, especially here in the Northwest District, it's a pretty humble steeple made of stone. The stone is of like a sandstone quality, so it is a very light beige. And it is a large scepter that then kind of opens into this large dome, and at the top of the dome is just a bunch of stained glass. That is a mural of Dune kind of pushing away the divine blight, kind of like an artist's representation of that. And you get closer and you see the symbol of Dune, which is the kind of like half of a sunrise with a pyramid kind of cut out of the center of Dune. Actually, I have an article that maybe all of you have. I don't remember. So that is the symbol of Dune. So you see that like over the main arch of the temple, and then as you walk in, you see members of the church wearing very much like maester cloaks from Game of Thrones, of a very like light beige color, except without the chains, and there's just like once again, like it's humbly put. It's not like very broad and brash. The symbol of Dune over their heart.
Oh, well, at least we found. Excuse me, and I try to stop one of them.
Yeah, an individual approaches you, a bald man with a white goatee, and he's just kind of the one standing outside at the entrance. And he looks over at you and he smiles and he says, "Dune be praised. How can I help you?"
Dune be praised. Is there a do you have like? I have two questions. Do you have did an influx of people from recently from like the wooded area nearby near the mines come in?
Oh, yes. As a matter of fact, that did happen. A group of individuals said they were held captive at the Forrush mines, were brought in, and we are providing them with shelter, and we've also informed some of the Lucian guards so that they can come down and investigate what happened.
Remind me who, this is to DM, not
Yeah.
to character. Who runs the Lucian Guard?
The Lucian Guard is run by the city, who, what was his name? Hold on. It's the one that Darius Pentwee is working for.
Norvund.
Yes, Norvund.
Which group?
Which group?
I don't know.
Weren't
What do you
they in
mean by
the
that?
control of one of the groups, the Free Miners? or the
Oh, the Hangman. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the Hangman, but it's not really the Hangman. It's more so Norvund is a member of the Animalia,
Right.
and he's been using what control he does have over the Lucian Guard to kind of like waive the Hangman activities.
Because he wants to basically replace the Lucian Guard with the Hangman.
Yeah.
Right?
But you would say that, like, if the people came back, that putting them in the care of the Lucian Guard might not be great, or would it
It
not?
depends on what members of the Lucian Guard. There are some members of the Lucian Guard that are tried and true and actually care about this city. Also, he talked about how the captain was kind of like a menace, and like not really helping him. So the captain of the Lucian Guard, Corva, she has been causing some issues, and so like she is not really involved with Norvund, but But if it happens to go under, or if it happens to be Lucian Guard that are under the pay of Norvin, then yeah, it would not go well. Or if they happen to be informed of it later.
Gotcha. And back in here, I go, do you also have regular, like, outreach services, poverty, like tithes and offerings?
Of course, yes. We try to do whatever we can for the people of the city of Barrington. We make our way mainly on donations from those who show that they care, and we're thankful for every cent that we get, and every cent that we get, other than maintaining the inside of this church, goes for outreach programs. And you actually do know that, whether you're asking, like whether you knew this before you asked or not, Rosie, her whole reason for being on the caravan when she met you was she was returning from one of these outreach missions.
Well, is there any place that I can give that money, or could I give it to you to give to someone?
Oh, well, I can. Are you here to donate?
Yeah, I would love to see those folks, but also I am here to donate. Yeah.
Oh, well, yes. So please come on inside. And as he gestures you inside, he's like, "How did you? So you knew of these people?"
We ran into them on the road.
We saved them.
No, shut up. We ran into them on the road, and that's all. We wanted to make sure they got back safely while we were exploring the woods.
Understood.
Yeah.
Understood. Well, yes, I can direct you to the back where they are. They have been through quite a lot, it sounds, but we've been able to. Some of them have already returned to their homes proper, but those who didn't really have much of a home to begin with, we're doing what we can. And he just kind of keeps talking as he heads to the back of the. He heads like behind the altar and takes you like behind like the stage where like probably a sermon would be given.
I do lean over to Flint, and I go, "I'm sorry for being rude, but we don't know who's watching. So we should probably
because we are heroes, and it just feels good.
You speak so loud in this room.
It's the dwarven boisterousness. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think we should not let people know that we were at that high, so just like
Not great.
I'm with Morton on this one. Sorry, Flint, but like,
bad.
no, you're good. You're good. We should have talked about that before we got here.
Sorry, I just
Right?
took a leap.
Next
and
time.
I should have.
It's all good.
It's all right. We're learning the little mini group dynamics. All right.
This is the first time us three have been on a solo mission, so we're just trying to feel our way around each other.
That is true. That's yeah. I mean, that's fair. That's
I
fair.
noticed that you guys like each other kind of a lot. Or you talking a lot?
We've done more than talking. You've been there for that.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, you were like
No,
there. You know.
No,
I hope not.
Never. I would never do that. I understand privacy. It's very important to dwarves, so I extend that to humans and other.
Why have we stopped? So, he is looking right at us.
Yes,
Hey!
sorry, I didn't want it to be obvious that I was listening, but you're standing 5 feet from me.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yes, please, if you follow me, and he gestures you through the doorway. And they're in kind of like what would be like maybe a locker room for like staff of the church, basically, to like kind of, there's like a little break area and then a place for them to put their belongings, has been kind of transformed into this like, makeshift shelter for these people. There's cots everywhere. You do immediately see some familiar faces, none of which you like know by name or probably even spoke to. But they do all kind of look at you and kind of like go wide-eyed for a second. But you see that they've been through a lot, and no one like stands up and walks over to you to talk to you or anything like that. But he just kind of walks inside, and then he walks a little bit further and comes back with this cart that has this large wooden bowl on it that is just filled with, not filled, because it's put away every few days. So, but a certain amount of coinage within the bowl. And he says, "This is what we bring out for the donations when we daily try our best. But if you would mind donating here, it'll go to the proper place."
Gladly. And I count out 28 gold.
I count out 2, and then I see Morton just keep going, and I'm like, and I put 3, and then he keeps going. So I get up to like 5 because I feel bad.
Okay, wonderful.
I drop in all of the gold that I stole from Cuinn.
Okay, amazing. 28 gold.
And
That doesn't mean you just like got rid of the gold that you stole.
It specifically had a Q on them.
I made sure I put it in a
starts with
different
a C.
pocket.
You're right, it does. That's the confusing part.
After I do that, I do say, and I'm sure it's not broadcast, but I want you to know specifically, father, priest, minister, what do they call you?
Oh, my name's Ted.
All right,
Father Ted?
Ted.
I'm not. No, I don't. I'm not a father.
Sorry.
Okay, Ted.
Yes.
I just wanted to let you know that this is an offering from Alexander Nightshade.
Alexander Nightshade. I will make sure the records note it. Of course, and thank you so much. It's not often that people donate much anymore, so I appreciate it.
Sorry.
I walk down like the aisles of the people there and like shake people's hands and like pat them and like offer them a kind word, and I make sure to get to every single one of them.
Yeah, no, I mean it's received very very nicely. They all some people like don't even really meet your eye, but not in a rude way. But some of them even kind of take your hand and pat it as well and say like thank you. Yeah, it's a very nice moment.
If you're ever any of you ever in Gora Hold, the dwarves will welcome you kindly, and you will be given much. I say that as an ambassador of the city.
You see some kind of voice to an ambassador.
Hey, Ted.
Yes.
You said the members of the Lucian Guard who are like on the way. Are they on the way, or like?
I would hope so. We did inform them earlier this morning, so it wasn't an emergency. So I suppose they've been taking their time. But yes.
To inform.
Oh well, we just sent a messenger, so I'm not quite sure.
And these are all people who are houseless.
I'm sorry?
These are people who are houseless currently.
Oh yes, these are the ones that either had no home or their home was of conditions that were unlivable.
Got it. And I lean in. I say, "Well, thank you, Ted." I almost called you father. Thank you, Ted. And I like shake his hand and bring him in for like an embrace. And in his ear, whisper very quietly, you know the Lucian Guard is under, like, the thumb of the Hanged Man, and these people escaped from the Hanged Man.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check.
Oh, it was at 19, and then it went boop, right to a 3. So that's a 9.
He kind of looks at you. Well, I do appreciate your concern, but we're doing our part to make sure that the proper people hear about this, and I personally will make sure to keep an eye out and make sure no one is harmed further.
I certainly hope so.
And he backs away and kind of pulls his hand away. Once again, thank you very much.
Yes.
Sure.
Yes. To Aaron's, Chad.
Yeah.
Let's go.
All right, wonderful. What specific errands would you be looking for?
I would want to break off kind of on my own to do a couple of mine.
Okay.
I'll sell my leather, not the studded leather that I just got. Just my normal leather that I had, just to see if I can get.
Roll a persuasion check.
15.
15. You sell it for. It's used. You sell it for 10 gold pieces.
Perfect.
Flint, is there anything specific you wanted to do with your errands?
I'm tagging along. At one point I'll say, "Hey Morton, you mind if I grab a quick smoke break?"
Oh, no. Do you need to like clip onto anything? Or
Yeah,
what?
if you don't mind, I'll just throw it on your backpack. Let me know if anything happens.
So really what happens is Flint kind of just like walks near Morton and like swirls into the smoke, and as the thing on his necklace gets a little bit bigger, he just, all of that is left is his hands peering out of the opening and just kind of places it on your backpack as his hands then disappear.
And then within 2 minutes, I'm laying in a lazy boy with a cigar hanging out of my mouth, snoring.
Amazing. Is there anything else that you wanted to take care of, Morton?
I don't think so. I would probably be watching for people, as I know that we are disguised, but I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, sorry. Chad, will you roll a stealth check for me? And then Morton, you can roll a perception check. Oh, at advantage because you're literally a different person.
Cool. Didn't help that much. 12.
12, okay.
5.
5. The DC's lowered quite a bit because you literally, like I said, you look like a different person, so you adequately feel like no one is following you, and Morton, you don't spy anyone as well. As Morton and the vase urn that is holding Flint make their way to Miss Kettlepot's house, Chad kind of goes off on his own.
Yeah.
What would you like to do?
I'm gonna find like just a banker place I can kind of like exchange out money.
Yes. There's a place that will hold the bank would be. It's called the Barrington Bank, but it's basically just a place where there is a large vault, and then would be a smaller, like almost a safety deposit box with your stuff, so you can put stuff in there. If that's what you're looking for.
I just want like basically because what I'm trying to do is send money home, and so I just want a less amount to be. So I want to exchange some gold for platinum.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Better. Oh, yes, easily enough. You can do that.
Cool. So I'll take how much on platinum is 10 gold. So I'll take, I'll do 150 gold into 15 platinum.
Okay. Easily enough. It's a large city. This is not an uncommon thing.
Sure. And then if here I can get like a little like chest or box to like hold the stuff in there, not just a bag. If not, I'll just like go buy a box kind of thing.
No, yeah, for sure. That is definitely something. It's like basically a smaller version of like what they have in the vault, and it looks like a full size chest, but just like downgraded to like the size of a purse. So it's just like a little mini chest with like a lock on it. Cost you 2 gold pieces.
Cool. I'll take that out as well. Remove, and then I'd like to go to the nearest just like post office.
Yeah.
And I'll write a letter to my mom and send the chest with the key in like a separate envelope, but like all tied together. And I'll probably wrap the key in some cloth so it's not like a visible key to the chest that's in the letter
easily
to, like hide it.
Easily enough. And this is honestly a service that they provide too. This is not an uncommon thing. Because like you can go to the post office, but if you mention that you're wanting to send this money, and you would be aware that this is a process as well,
cool.
They would have a specific like armored caravan that's basically like an armored truck that would like move these items.
Perfect. Then I'd write a quick note to my mom, and I can send you that later if you want to know what I told her. But
yes, please.
And then I'll. The only other thing I want to do is I want to find a book on smithing. Just like smithing 101, because I have that's something that like I got in my feet. And start with just like upkeep of like that, and eventually want to try to upgrade my not so good scimitar because I lost my good one and it scared me.
Okay, yeah, no, for sure. So, I would say a book like that is easy to find for a silver. So you find that book. We can kind of in game we'll figure out how that process works.
Cool.
And you also, Chad would definitely know that you would be a great person to speak to on this matter as well as Flint. But you in particular, Flint is more of the like seems to be more knowledgeable about the like gathering of resources and the mining of resources,
right?
Whereas you seems to be more knowledgeable in the actual like craftsmanship.
Yeah. That was my next stop to talk to them eventually. But yeah, and then I'll just head back to what's her name's house.
Wonderful.
That's where we were told to meet.
Yes. So Maewyn and Cuinn, is there anything in particular that you guys get up to?
You want to try
Morton
to find
stole
Batty
from
some
me.
armor? Wait, what?
Morton stole from me.
I knew it.
Yeah, he stole 28 gold.
What are we gonna do about it?
I have some ideas. I was going to throw them out to you. They're
Okay.
one is like kind of like a prank. One is a little extreme. I'm usually a little irrational.
I
So
know.
we could-
I'm glad you're talking to me about it.
Yes. So I was thinking we can either maybe just get a lighthearted prank, buy some itching powder, buy something that makes his skin turn green, or we can make flip side. We can make the rest of the group think he's part of the Animalia. I don't know.
Is there maybe somewhere? I think like the like prank idea is the best idea.
Okay, that's why I
And then
want.
like we'll see how it goes. Like if we'll see. How much
Okay.
did he steal?
28 gold, and I'm gonna get it back. But
Okay. Yeah, well, okay, so I want to find some armor for Batty, or I want to see if they'll make some.
no, yeah, let's go do that first, and then
And then what? But
just
prank
brainstorm,
shop? You
yeah.
think there's a Barrington prank shop?
Either that or magic shop. If there's a prank shop. That'd be awesome. I'd love to go there.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye out.
All right.
We can't hear
You're
you.
muted.
Yeah, it's my bad. Okay, so you make your way to a local blacksmith. Armoring horses is not unknown in Barrington, and so you have two options. You can either have them modify a pair of horse armor, which would take a day, and it would add a +1 to Batty's AC.
Okay.
Or a pair can be commissioned and fit very well and would add a +2 to her AC, but it would take a week to complete.
Well, so how much is the first one?
The first option would be a total of, for modifying horse armor, probably 30 gold, and the commission piece would be 100.
I think we could always upgrade her later.
Yeah, once we get to Bayhouse, we can maybe.
Yeah. We'll
get
do
some
the
blacksmiths.
modified armor. What do you think, Batty?
And Patty kind of looks up at you, and she kind of looks back at her unarmored body, and kind of looks over at you and just like nods up and down.
Are we leaving tonight or are we leaving in the morning? Is that what the plan is?
I mean, it's kind of late, right?
Yeah, I think we'll leave like tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
So you'll have this done tomorrow? Let's look at the blacksmith.
I could have it done by tomorrow evening.
How about we call it 40 gold for tomorrow late morning?
I say we call it 45, and you got a deal, my friend.
Ain't that bad.
You know what? Just for being so amicable, let's make it an even 42. How about that?
Perfect.
Sure.
I'll give him 42 gold.
Okay.
Thanks, Cuinn.
No problem.
And Batty kind of gives you a little nudge.
I accidentally added 42 gold.
Come
All right, yeah, so we'll pick that up.
on down to Artie's Anvil and Armor in the morning, and we'll hook you up.
Do you know, are you Artie? Is that your name?
Oh, yes, that's my name. They put it up there on the sign. Well, I did, but yeah.
Is there a prank shop in town?
A prank shop? What's that?
Like a shop where we could find something to
Fun
like
magic.
play a joke on someone.
Oh,
yeah,
right,
like
right.
trick magic.
Oh,
Whoopee cushions.
a whoopee cushion. Yeah, I know what all this is. Yeah, I would say that a prank shop like that does not exist. However, if you're looking to buy, I don't know, some like magic items of a lower quality, well, you can always check out the Grand Market. Then again, in the Quartz Market, they have quite a bit of nice stuff in there. Much more expensive it is within the inner tier, but at the Quartz Market, I've heard that there's some interesting individuals who might be able to hook you up. As a matter of fact, I think I remember one of their names. What was their name? And he tells you about. This is in the Grand Market. And he says, I know about Ivan Musk. He's over in the Grand Market. He's an herbalist. And he's got some smaller potions and, things of that variety in the Grand Market. If you wanted to try that out.
That sounds good. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Come on down to Artie's Anvil and Armor anytime you want, all right? And tell all your friends, Artie's Anvil and Armor's here in Barrington anytime you need that I'm awake and opening the shop.
Are you interested in any publicity? We're new adventurers. We've done some work and maybe knock a little bit off that armor. And if you brand it, or we can wear your sigil.
I'll make it even 35 if you let me brand that armor.
Sure.
Yeah.
Right, he passes you back 7 gold. Wonderful, pleasure doing business with you. Doesn't usually go this easy. Thank you all for coming into Artie's Anvil and Armor. You really enjoy the rest of your day.
See you in the morning.
See you in the morning. Artie's Anvil and Armor right here.
Yep, I already.
Bye.
We can always file off his engraving if you don't.
Well, it depends. Did we see like his business logo anywhere around?
The sign is just an anvil with that's like Artie's Anvil and Armor is kind of like wrapped over it. You don't know if that's what he would put on the armor or not.
We'll see how it looks. Maybe it'll be pretty.
I'm gonna call him AAA. If we ever need anything, we'll just call AAA.
Ooh, AAA.
That's what he's going for.
That sounds reliable.
Yep. All right.
So,
the herbalist, or what?
yeah, why not?
Okay, so you two want to go to the herbalist?
Yeah.
Okay, so as you go to the herbalist, you find in the market you run into Rosie and you. And Rosie and you, as the two of you are kind of like standing there deciding what to do about these people, whether or not you should go and talk to them, Cuinn and Maewyn walk up.
Oh,
Hey.
Oh my god.
Hey,
Okay. Come
What's
settle this. Come settle this
we got some
question.
shrimp.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
Yeah.
Those shrimp are
how
huge!
How much shrimp do you think we need for? Wait, hold on.
There's 7 of us. There's
I
there's
love
gonna be
seafood.
8 of us.
Well, there might be 12,
Like,
11 of us.
well,
Did you make some
plus
Who's coming?
Plus
the people already at the house.
mine.
So,
There's Kettlepot and
Warren.
Warren.
There's
That's
3
10.
at the house and there's 3 following you.
6 plus 7 is 13.
6.
Wait,
And I'm no
Plus-
mathematician.
3 more.
Well, 3 plus 3 plus
16.
7. I have to eat it.
What's going on?
how much numbers?
How much shrimp do you need for that many people?
For
Why do we
I got
need
4
so many
handfuls.
people? What has happened? I'll just like.
Yeah, what's going on?
What is happening, Rosie?
Use little friends are following us.
She points you in the direction and go ahead and make perception checks, both of you. At advantage because she's pointing you in the direction of the spirit of these people.
17.
Oh. Perception. 13.
With a 17 and a 13, both of you see the individuals that Rosie is pointing out. And you see the deep green cloaks. And Cuinn, you also spot the Palladium Planopticon symbol.
Ah, so they're a member. And I'll kind of like tilt my glasses down. at you. They're a fellow member.
You're not.
And I'll just like slyly.
But what, okay, so I
So,
think
wait.
we haven't talked to them yet, but we think we're going to talk to them and invite them over for shrimp.
We're having shrimp tonight. Just so you know.
Why?
Also,
How is this
Not
shrimp
why
going
are
to
we
be
having
prepared?
Kill Marie's favorite. Oh.
Why are we gonna invite them to shrimp?
And how is this shrimp going to
Yeah,
Both questions need answered.
Well, I was gonna do it in like a little lemon and like a little garlic butter, saute it a little bit.
should
I'm
we
in,
see
invite
if
whoever you
there's
want.
some noodles, some pasta.
Yeah, a little, yeah, thicker, not like a.
So
not
why
like a
are we
thin
inviting
noodle.
them for this delicious dinner?
well, because 1, they're following us. And 2, because they're part of the.
It's a tactic I've never tried to just invite someone over for dinner when they're following me. I usually just fight them, but this could be fun.
Do you
Maybe
want
next
to
time Quiz is
invite
with us, we
them?
should invite him over.
Invite
for
him to
meatloaf.
dinner.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet he would love a meatloaf.
Well, we'll see how this goes.
We can get the stuff from
Start
meatloaf
with
too.
shrimp.
We could do shrimp and meatloaf. That
Anyway, I think
No.
we're gonna need a lot more shrimp than that.
Maybe.
Yeah.
well, okay, so we've got 4 of us, so that's 4 double handfuls. I think that's a good place to start.
Yeah. Should we ask
have
them if they want in
such
first?
small
before we go?
hands.
We need our bigger.
Each hand is like 3 shrimp.
Oh my gosh. Well, we just gypped.
I'm gonna look
I
around
need
and
to go
see if
back
there's
there right
anybody,
now.
any like large
You guys
species of
care so
person.
much more about
Mom,
these
we
shrimp.
can't.
It's
We
amazing.
can't say.
No,
we
I'm going
can't
back
s-
there.
Mom, we can't say. Mom, we can't say gypped anymore.
We can
I've
just
told
get
you.
even with them.
That's right. Sorry.
If we
thank
find
you.
someone with big hands who will help
apologize.
us.
If you find someone with big hands.
Swindled?
Oh wait,
Maybe
I'm not
somebody
there. Who
will
am I?
Is there anybody around who is a large species and looks friendly?
Why don't we just get multiple handfuls? Why does it have to be?
I mean, the 3 people who are following you are of all average humanoid size.
Why?
Maybe
that's
they
how
We
could
we
can
give
get
pick
us.
more than one hand.
We also
But
have
they're
bags he
charging
gave
by the
back.
handful, Quinn. They're charging by the handful.
Yes.
Yeah, and now I think that that's bad.
I want to go talk to the shrimp.
All right, we can go back, but.
All right, you go back to the shrimp salesman.
But
I won't even introduce
I
myself.
Hand,
I'll-
I hand my shrimp over to Rosie, and I look
And
over
I'll
at
walk
the
up, like,
plate.
"Are you
Yeah,
charging?"
hold on.
Oh Jesus, what's happening? Okay, all right, Eric, we're gonna get back to whatever the fuck you're doing.
I'm really mad about this shrimp.
We'll get back to it, I promise. Ian, as Quinn stalks over to the shrimp, you look over at the Palladium Panopticon people.
I hand Rosie my handfuls of shrimp,
Yeah.
and I look over at the Palladium Panopticon and do my symbol.
You've immediately first see the 2 of them kind of like look at each other and then look over at you, and then they do the symbol and then walk over. The woman speaks first. She kind of steps up and she says, "Hello. Do you have something of a mutual friend?"
Are we talking about the shade?
They both kind of look at each other and look over. And then the man speaks up at this point. "You have his dagger?"
Who do I have the honor of meeting here?
Twiggy is really trying to like maintain their cool.
Yeah.
The woman speaks up first and she says, "Well, I think we can trust him. The name's Lena Reinfold. This here's Trace Killmoon."
Those are terrible secret names.
Oh yes, sorry. I didn't know that that's what you were asking. Yes. All right, well, in that case, I am the Snowhawk, and this is Grumpy.
Oh, hell yeah. I'm Pax.
Pax, nice to meet you. Grumpy stands up and he says, "I told you not to give our full names. This is the rule number 1. And Skyhawk kind of says, "I know it's been so long since we've given anyone else our names. I just didn't know." And Skyhawk looks over at you and she says, "Pax, we've been looking for the Shade's dagger. I have the ability," and you kind of like see an arcane energy flash over her eyes, "to find certain objects. And I've been looking for his dagger, and it led us to you. I didn't expect to run into a member of the Palladium."
Yeah, he found us not long ago, but unfortunately, he was killed when somebody raided my home. But I have his dagger. Yes. Do you think we could talk more about this in a more secure location? Would you like to come over for shrimp?
Grumpy immediately goes, yeah, all right, yeah, sure. And Skyhawk's like, what? Yeah, we will let us discuss with our associate. And from behind you,
I already know about the third person.
from behind you,
We have enough shrimp for them too.
from behind you, you hear a voice. Yeah, no, I think I'm all right with it. And you look over and you see this half-orc individual with black hair, short, 2 large tusks. He chugs another sip of wineskin. Hey, how you doing? My name is gone. And you see Skyhawk and Grumpy are like, oh, Skyhawk. And Grumpy goes, Grumpy. And this individual says, oh, right, yeah. My name's the Beetle. Nice to meet you.
Nice. I gotta cook you up some armor. Maybe we could build on that. I think a lot actually.
Hey, that would be really cool. You got something for me?
No, but I think I could if we could go back to this one cave that I know, find some beetles and kill them. Because I think we could get
Not the biggest fan of caves, but yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like it either. Anyway, shrimp.
You know what? I could go for some shrimp. And they all kind of look at each other. You definitely see that, like, you's probably not necessarily picking up on it as much, just because, you know, you want this to be the Planadium Planopticon of their dreams. But there's definitely a level of, like, amateurness with with this organization. You see for a second Skyhawk kind of freezes, and her eyes kind of like flash, almost as if they're like they like fade to white for a brief moment, and then she kind of looks down at you. Oh, huh. Interesting. Yeah, no, we'll definitely come and we'll join you for sure.
Awesome, great. Yeah, Mom, shrimp for everybody.
And at this point,
Are they coming?
we go back in time a little bit to see Cuinn walk up to the shrimp salesman. You walk up to him; he's helping another customer. Yeah, don't worry, it's gonna be.
Hey,
great
are you
Yeah.
charging the same for a halfling hand as you are as a full human hand?
Yeah, no, we don't discriminate here. Yeah,
That
definitely
is
don't.
discriminating.
Well,
halflings
I'm
are
not
getting
going to
less
charge
shrimp.
different based on the species of individual.
That feels wrong because we're getting less shrimp. We're getting. Did you swindle? And I'm going to look at Rosie, who had her hands. Did you swindle my friend? I think you had swindled my friend out of some good, honest, hard-earned shrimp.
Hey, listen. I don't know what that word means, but I didn't do shit to nobody, okay? All I did was offer handfuls of shrimp. I also offered them at a copper apiece, which has nothing to do with their fucking hands, all right?
Oh, that's a good
I'm sure
deal.
she didn't tell you that, but you
No,
come
she
over
didn't.
here, judging me as if you know my shit. But listen to me, young man. You stink. Okay? When was the last time you had a fucking shower? You smell like you've been under a rock for fucking days, okay? So don't
I
you
have
come over here.
actually
Hey, for you,
been under
don't
a
speak
rock
until I'm
for
done
days.
speaking, that's for sure.
Oh,
Because I'm your
whoa,
elder.
now I feel
I'm your elder. Oh, you can
All right.
feel disrespected
I'm
if you
just gonna
want.
start-
Can I see this getting like, you point to me and then I see it escalate and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, and I like run over. Can I do that?
Yeah, of course.
And
So
in
they're
the
just in the
middle-
middle of yelling as you come over.
Yeah, in the middle of them yelling, I'm gonna say, okay, all right, it's just shrimp, and I'm gonna cast Calm Emotions on both of
Okay.
them.
What is that saving throw?
You have to make a Charisma saving throw.
Okay.
Great use of the spell Calm Emotions.
He
Rosie's
rolled.
coming up. I would fail it.
He rolled a 4.
Okay,
So he
yeah,
fails.
you had to get a 15, so Yeah.
And I don't care that you feel disrespected, but the fact that you do actually makes me feel very at unease. So I just wanted to let you know that I'm sorry I disrespected you. That was not my intention.
Really appreciate you showing me things from your side, and I apologize for coming at you. So
I forget that I'm not the only side, though, as well. There are two people who are at fault here, and together maybe we can become one mindset. How about that? So I really appreciate you.
I'll reach out my hand.
He comes in and kisses you on the cheek. I really listen. How about How about you and your friends, a handful on the house, and then a copper per duo.
A copper.
That sounds more than fair.
2 shrimp.
2 shrimp per copper for 2 shrimp.
Oh, the shrimps are a duo.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cute.
Just because I offended you, and that wasn't okay.
Please.
And you know what? The world can always be a better place, but it starts with the person in the mirror. You know what I mean?
Wow.
It starts when you're looking at them, and they're looking at you, and you're like, who've you become? She left you so long ago, and it's not like that matters anymore because
Who left you?
My mommy.
And I'm as I put my arm.
Oh.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Well,
my mommy
hang on
left
a
me.
minute. Do you need a mother?
Yeah. If you're looking for a mom.
Do you want
Please.
some shrimp? Do you want to come have some shrimp with us tonight?
Depends. I have one question.
Yeah.
How are you preparing them?
Okay, well, what I was going to do, it's my wife's favorite. You do it a little butter, you saute them in a little butter, put a little garlic in there, squeeze a little lemon over, and then serve them over like a bed of noodles.
Okay, what time?
It's probably going to be within the next hour and a half, if we can get everybody.
Sorry, folks. I'm closed for the rest of the day. I really appreciate you coming in, but we're gonna be packing up. So thank you very much for the invite. Where do you live?
So we are going to go to, and I'll give him Miss Kettlepot's address or describe where she lives.
Wonderful little neighborhood. I told my daughter. I said,
you went
it's a funny
to
story. Yeah, it's a funny story. So we were going through that neighborhood the other day, and I saw her, and I was like, you know what? I feel like we could buy a house here. I feel like this is a place that we could, maybe start a new life ever since mommy left me. And then she's looking at me and she's like, Dad, you gotta stop saying mommy. And I'm like, no, you don't understand though, because that's what she was to me. And then, we argued for a while and she told me how I really need to work on my dependency skills, and she's not wrong. I mean, I really attach to people pretty much immediately. You're my best friend at this point. It's not a joke. And so I feel as if I'm often overlooked because of my voice and, the things that I sell make it smell quite, often I'll give these bags and people will just gag. And I get it. It's a disgusting little life juice that comes out of these dead creatures. And there is not an ocean anywhere fucking near here. So, I mean, these things aren't fresh, you know what I mean? And so business is not always great, but I just feel like if you put your all into it and if you really give if you honor the work, that's what Daddy always said. And I told him, once when we were sitting down, I said, Daddy, I love you more than anything, and I feel like if there's one thing that you taught me that's super important, it's that you put honor in the work. And he said, you know what, son? Mommy's leaving. And I didn't take it.
We really have to get going, sir. I really appreciate it.
Well, wait, hang on now a minute. Hang on.
Yeah.
Are you coming with us, or are you going to meet us out
where?
there? Do you need to clean up a little bit? Do you want to freshen
You
up?
want to invite your daughter?
Yeah, does your daughter want to come?
No, definitely. She left me.
Your daughter left you.
Yeah, mommy, daddy, daughter all left me. Got nobody.
How old are you?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm 45 years old. Healthy 45.
45.
Yeah.
I'm in the market for...
What? I'm sorry? You started laughing and you didn't finish your sentence. What did you say?
Okay, let's go eat some shrimp.
Yeah, I'll be there. I'll be
We'll
there.
see you later.
We'll see you later.
Wouldn't want to be ya. I'm just
What
kidding.
was your
I would
name?
love to be you.
What was your name?
My name?
Yeah.
You want to know my name?
I mean, if I'm going to be eating shrimp with you.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so nice of you. It's Gerald.
Oh, Gerald, nice to meet you.
Gerald
So-
Sandrine.
I actually realized I gave you the wrong address. I mixed up the numbers.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And I give him a different address that is not this guy.
Oh, you know what? Funny
Cuinn is
story.
shocked.
Funny story at that neighborhood. I was a
Hey, I
drunk
gotta
as a
go.
skunk. Oh, okay.
I'm gone.
Yeah, but we'll see you later.
Mate,
We'll
oh,
see
of
you.
course.
Bye.
I'll see you
You guys
there.
get the
Last
shrimp?
time I was it's just like he's like yelling after you, but you just keep walking away. By the
I'm
time
shocked.
Sorry.
and at
Sometimes
that
you
moment
can't help everyone.
at that moment as you return, you turns to you and says, "Mom, shrimp for everybody."
I wouldn't eat the shrimp.
That was
No,
incredible.
we're gonna purify food and drink it later.
Oh,
on.
okay.
It's gonna be
Oh,
Cool.
that's a good idea.
No, it's going to be
Alright.
a good. There's never been a case of food poisoning in my house ever.
I
That's
trust you.
impressive.
And I'll take
Well,
the
that
shrimp.
was before Brewster died. So I
Oh,
haven't
God.
had mom's cooking in a while, gang.
It's been like 3 days. That's really fucked up.
Hey, it's my fucking family. You don't tell me how to goddamn mourn.
Guys,
Okay. Okay.
so we were thinking about pranking Morton.
Yeah, Morton
Oh, I'm
stole
very in
from
on
me.
that.
Morton
Yeah,
is
that
a
would-
thief.
Hey, as somebody who is grieving, that would feel very good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
Morton stole from me. Morton stole right out of my pocket.
So we're just gonna play a little trick on
You
him.
know, he fucking stole things like the first day we met him, and I have been trying to tell everybody about how I have not felt good about that, and I don't know. We're all just
I think. I
Hanging
mean,
out.
I'm with you. I'm
Your friends
like,
sound very weird.
Oh
Hi,
shit!
I'm May.
Hey man,
this is the Beetle.
Yeah, nice to meet
Wait.
you. Nice to meet
Beetle.
Hold on. Yeah, nice to meet you. Yeah, I'm the Beetle.
do you know a gecko?
What? Yeah, I've heard of a gecko. What? That's
Like a person that goes by the name of the gecko.
Oh no, I haven't heard of that yet.
Alright. Do I believe them?
Yeah, roll an insight check.
What is it? 9.
Yeah, you believe it.
Right.
Right, so apparently your friend here is he knew the Shade, and he's they're a member of the Palladium Panopticon. The Beetle.
The sax.
Wonderful to meet you, Sex.
I'm just May.
Nice to meet you, Maewyn.
Just
Well,
May.
I'm Rosie.
Wait,
Oh, sorry,
how did you
May.
know she was Maewyn?
Did you not say that the first time you stepped up? May's usually short for Maewyn, so I guess I took a guess there. My bad.
Insight check.
Yeah, for sure. His name is the Beetle. He knows May's name.
I got a 6.
Rolling at an advantage. There's a specific reason why.
Because you want us to know that he's
14.
No, there's a specific reason for May. Okay. You know that he currently has the spell Detect Thoughts active.
I would appreciate it if you didn't try to get into people's minds right now. We're all friends here.
Right? That's
I'll
really
boop
embarrassing.
him. Is he
That's-
tall? How tall is he?
Yeah, he's tall. Yeah, he's like 6 feet tall. All right, well, that's embarrassing. Didn't think you noticed that.
did.
All right.
Anything
I
else
like
you want
you.
to tell us?
Yeah, there's a lot we want to tell you.
Well, we can do it
Well-
over shrimp. We're having shrimp.
That was the plan. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Okay, let's
yeah,
go
right.
have some shrimp.
So
we
you all-
gotta go see that herbalist.
Oh yeah, we're gonna go to the
'Cause-
herbalist real quick.
Okay, we'll
Okay,
go
so-
back home. You go get.
Get started on the shrimp. Sounds
So
good.
what are you looking for from the herbalist?
Like some itching powder or something that'll make him
Yeah.
smell really bad.
I mean, he has he doesn't have any itching powder, but he has like ironically enough, there's this like poison ivy where the salve for the like treatment of that poison ivy, it lies within the leaves itself. But that does mean in order to make it, you have to have some of those leaves. So he tells you that like he has leaves that would like cause like an itching sensation. If that's what you're looking for.
Do you have anything?
We turn his skin it like green or make him vomit something.
Roll a
make him
persuasion
shit-
check.
Make him
at-
shit his pants.
Roll a persuasion check at advantage.
I like that one, the
Okay.
last one.
17.
17. With a 17, he kind of leans in and he's like, all right, well, I could tell you that I've got this potion, and it's in its rough stages, but pretty sure it works 9 out of 10 times.
What happens the
I'll
other one?
Put it in a little bit of a drink, and they'll be just compelled to tell the truth all the time for like an hour.
Well, but what?
Okay.
Okay, so what if it goes wrong? What's happened when it goes wrong?
If it goes wrong, painful diarrhea.
Oh,
Okay, that seems
that's
like
good
the
either way.
perfect product.
That's good either way.
Okay.
Do you have anything that's like 50-50? Could you like dilute it so it's like half and half? Like half.
Make the potion
shit,
less
half-
effective?
Yeah. Well, more effective in my eyes, but
Yeah, I guess I could do that.
cool.
Well, maybe how much? Let's get 2 in case we need one later on.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, 10 gold total for both of them.
I'll get these since you got Baddie's armor.
Sounds good.
Alrighty. Here you go.
Hey, thank you. Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
no problem.
No, I'm good. I will leave.
All right. So everybody has now made their way back to Miss Kettlepot's house. The Silver Steps are a bit behind, but pretty much everybody makes it around the same time. Isn't that great? So you have all.
Wow.
Yeah, go ahead.
Look at that timing.
Knock on the door really
It's-
hard and excited.
As you knock, before you can even knock on the door, you get, you see that Warren is outside in the front yard, currently practicing. Did you give Warren a dagger or a rapier?
I gave him a dagger.
Yeah, so you see Warren outside practicing, like fighting formations with his
He has
dagger.
a real dagger and 2 fake short swords.
Yes. So actually, with the short swords he's playing with, and currently but what used to look like playing to you, looks like rehearsing and practicing of like a form, and like there's an intent behind it. But as soon as he looks up and sees you, his eyes go wide and he gets a big smile on his face, and he says, "Mama G!" And then he like back towards the house and then run towards you and says, "Mama Rosie!" And he jumps up and hugs you.
Yeah.
And you see Gil Marie like burst the door open, and she looks great. She looks much better than when you left her. She's clean and done up, and a big smile appears across her face, and she runs forward and goes to bend down and pick you up, but like you notice a brief moment of hesitation of like, should I not do this?
Now get down here, you crazy!
And she bends down and she picks you up and she gives you
Give a
big
little
kiss.
smooch.
Yeah, and she puts you down and says, "It's so good to see you." And she looks over at you and scruffles their hair and like grabs you by the face and gives a kiss on each cheek. And Warren comes over to you and starts like they take their short swords and start like poking at you and like trying to get them to like play with them or practice with them. But yeah, you have returned.
We have brought shrimp, and I'm gonna cook it well. And I shoot a look to you.
Is that what that smell was? I was wondering when you showed
It's
up.
fine, Morton.
Oh.
And I like take the bag and I like stomp it in Miss Kitty.
The front porch opens up.
Wow.
Hi, hello. It's good to see everybody. Oh,
Miss Candlepot!
oh, everyone's back. That's great. Oh, how wonderful. Oh, I see that you have a ton of little salmon there. That's so great. We're going to
Salmon?
pick it up and...
These are
What?
two.
not that short. And she turns and she walks back inside with a little shuffle.
I
Morton,
look back at
she's
everyone with this face.
Morton, she's older than me. Be nice.
Jesus!
That's a lot of shrimp. Was it on sale?
Yeah.
We got a great deal.
What
Oh, nice.
What was the deal?
We each got a free handful, and then we got two copper
for
or one.
handful. That's kind of racist,
Yeah.
isn't it?
That's why the rest were discounted.
Okay, I'm gonna go talk to this shrimp.
with you.
Oh, no.
I will come with
I'm in
you
the
now that
house.
the spell has worn off.
No, let's have dinner first.
Yeah, okay.
Before we
Let's
go
have
off.
dinner first.
Do all of that.
Oh my god.
All right, so you are brought inside. Rosie, roll a performance check at advantage for me.
Oh, this is bad. I'm never gonna hear the end of it.
and I will also say, if you aren't proficient in performance for this one performance check, you can roll with your proficiency bonus.
Can I inspire her?
You of course
Right.
can.
Well, I
By
did get a
playing
dirty
some, like,
20.
Italian
So,
cooking music. on
You
my-
can do that also.
I do it.
Yeah. So go
I'm
ahead.
singing a song that I made up.
Roll the d4. No, d6. Sorry.
Oh, with the d6. Love it. So it was a dirty 20 plus 4.
Okay,
So-
24.
so
With a 24, this is the most scrumdiddlyumptious shrimp. After, of course, you cast Purify Food and Drink, because without that step, horrific. But you is able, and honestly, when you does that, not only is the food like purified, but all of the poop lines from all of the shrimp just disappear. There's no more poop lines in the shrimp.
The poop lines are the best part. That's
What are you talking about? Have you ever?
That's where all the grit is.
Ew,
Whenever I put Flint's plate down in front of him, I like go in my bag of holding and I take one of the bug rations and I like over the top of the
Oh,
pasta.
thank you so much. A little treat.
Like, you have a very interesting palate, I must say. I mean,
Well, you know, I've been living underground my whole life.
yeah, I had no idea how much.
Actually, technically, most of my life I lived above ground. and Gorhole.
Oh, okay.
But I did have spent a lot of, I would say, mostly underground.
Sure. Either way, it's just, interesting of like different backstories, different palettes and stuff. It was just, well, it wasn't like a rude thing. I was just
of
making
course.
a comment,
Do we have any compound butters or anything that we can put on this?
Are you talking to me, sweet?
Yes.
Oh, listen, I don't know about compound butters. We do things simple here in the Kettle Pot household, but I got some butter for you if you want some butter.
Getting more southern. Each time she says butter, she gets more and more.
Is she like skittering up the side of the wall while she says this?
She's not even looking at any of you. She's just looking like past all of you, kind of into the abyss.
Why did I leave my family?
Yeah, no.
I love her
you
so
know what?
much.
Well, if you would like to bring some butter to the table for.
What? I'm sorry. Are you talking to me, sweetie?
Oh, can I insight to see like what the fuck's going on with her?
Yeah, sure.
Is she
Got
just
dementia.
old or
She's older than me.
Okay, well that's a 6. So
6. Not only do you not notice any ill intentions, you feel bad questioning it.
no, you know what? I'll get it myself. Don't you worry a thing about it.
I don't know what you're gonna get, sweetie, but I support you 100%.
I support you. What's your first name?
Miss.
I support you, Miss.
Of course, yeah. I think I need to get some butter for some reason. She kind of starts to shuffle off.
I go with her.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh dear God.
All of you that try the shrimp, it is very delicious.
Yes, it is.
Rosie does a fantastic job.
Uh-huh.
I do spike Morton's drink while he's gone.
Yep. I'll make a distraction.
Roll
like
a
that.
roll a sleight of hand check at advantage because he said he's walking away and she's creating a distraction.
Oh, pretty good sleight of hand. Okay. All right. Oh my God! I rolled a 19 and then I rolled a natural 20. So it's a total of 25.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean, completely unnoticed. Completely unnoticed. All right, so
With a natural 20, can I also put it in Flint's?
What?
No.
You do have 2, so I will say yes.
Oh no.
All right, so
God.
we'll get to the effects of that a little bit later. But as the meal continues, the food is had, and the beetle, as he's said, speaks up eventually, and he says, "Right, well, I can't thank you enough, Rosie, for this wonderful food. Much appreciated. Yeah. Listen, I'm glad that we found you. How do you guys deal with that?
Not well.
We
Continue.
don't.
I mean,
Right.
you can call me Pax if it's easier.
Pax, yeah, right. Sorry, yeah. The beetle, not Grand Dusor. The beetle.
Right.
Not Dusor.
I was
Dev.
gonna say, I was like, whoa.
Devoir. For some reason, I just thought Dusor. I don't know why. Devoir.
Yeah. Mhm.
I don't know why.
Every day of my life.
Suspicious.
Suspicious plot.
And his first name is Gran. Gran Devoir. And then he says, Skyhawk here. Well, every once in a while, she says that Dune speaks to her, right?
What?
And she said that are you a chosen?
I mean, I feel like I don't fully know what that means yet, but we were told that I was.
Right. That's pretty amazing. The shade might have passed, but I can't think of a better reason. We've started to notice something. Have any of you heard of Malar's Hound?
Yeah, very intimately.
Been there, done that, buddy.
Yeah.
Sorry? Wait, are you the ones who killed the Malar's Hound?
Yes.
I was not.
yeah.
I was not there. I don't want.
I
Yeah.
can't take credit either.
Yeah,
But
no, but they did.
some of our group
Yeah.
did, yeah.
Pretty easily.
We heard
It was pretty easy.
that the amount of effort we went through to get that information. That's amazing. I mean, Dune really does work in mysterious ways, doesn't he?
Price Dune.
He's Dune, yeah, right. We think that something is happening. And Gilmarie actually speaks up in this moment. And she says, they're returning. And she looks over at you, Rosie, and she says, since you've been gone, I've been reading some of your books. And I've been trying to read into what's been going on and what exactly the Animalia might want with Malar. And I came across this prophecy. It's called The Returning. And Gron kind of shakes his head. He says, yeah, right, exactly. We think it's The Returning. And Rosie, you remember that phrase, The Returning.
Mhm.
Do you remember why you remember it?
Yes, I have it in my notes, and I'm trying to find it.
Yeah, there was a priest that was kicked out of the worshipping of Dune that
We're
then
talking
became
about-
a crazy homeless man, according to some. And on your way back from the manor, he stopped you.
Yes, this guy,
And-
One-Eyed Henry.
Yes, One-Eyed Henry. And his eyes went blank, and he said some words to you. He said, do not leave your youngest's side. They have a big role to play, and so do you. The returning is at hand. And so as soon as all this is talked about, that's what you think of. And Gron kind of speaks up. He says, yeah, right, exactly. The returning. It's been prophesied that servants of the banished would return to Tayaroth after their slumber. Well, we've heard of First we heard of Malar's Hound, and confirmed it to be true. And you specifically think of the Volxerix, who is to be the servant of Loviatar, and it looks like they don't know that yet, but you do know that as being a servant of the Banished as well. And Gron continues, and he says, "There's been rumblings. A creature matching the description of..." What did I say there was? Matching the description of Bluchar, the servants of Bane. He was a god of war and tyranny. An entire squadron of Bahothian soldiers, some cut clean in two, others smashed to pieces. Other villagers have gone missing near the town of Stagmire. It's a little bit northwest of here. What survivors have remained have described a creature much like the description of Bluchar. We think that the servants of the Banished are starting to awake from their slumber. And, I mean, so much is coming to you in this moment of, what you've been warned about, and these, these creatures, these creations. I mean, this is everything that all of your books were about, but it's actually happening right now. And it feels a little out of body. And so they kind of like continue to talk about that a little bit. And then the table just kind of goes silent as all of you take in that information. It's said that when enough of the servants have awoken, and that shortly after, one of the gods will join them. And we're worried that somehow we are at threat of an unbanished becoming, or of a banished becoming unbanished. And like they are like clearly like speaking, like what's going on here. Like of the Animalia, of Malar, you're knowing they have a half of the information and you have the other half, and are starting to put together a full picture here.
Well, we've killed 2 servants. Why not another? This is our chance to write our names in the history books.
2.
Yeah, we killed
Flint.
High Priestess Navarra.
What?
Yeah, we only killed 1.
Oh.
What do you mean? I mean, there was the Hound. I wasn't there for that. There was the High Priestess. Was the High Priestess?
We weren't there for that. None of us were there for the Volxerix.
No, the other servant was the Volxerix, which was the giant worm insect-like creature.
Killed the Volxerix.
Yeah, we killed the
That's the servant.
Volxerix.
Oh,
So that's what Rosie said. It's not the High Priestess, or did you say High Priestess Navarra?
Oh, I probably said High Priestess Navarra. I
Yeah.
don't care about any of these other deities.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Can I ask what may be like a dumb question?
Yeah, of course. There are no dumb questions.
That's
If
what
the
I was
banished
thinking.
gods get released, what happens?
Another divine blight.
Because the banished gods created the divine blight.
Right.
So
Well, of
is
course,
the
yeah.
understanding.
okay.
Yeah, well, yeah. That's what Dune saved us all from.
Well, there are rumors. I'm just playing devil's advocate here. I would name a D&D devil.
Bahamut.
Advocate.
Bahamut is literally the god of the lawful good god of dragons.
But he's not Dune.
Religion.
He's not Dune, that means he's a devil.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But there are
Thank
rumors
you,
out
Kat.
there that Dune maybe had something to do with the divine blight. That's what I've heard. I'm not saying I believe it. I just want to put that information out there. So
I understand.
we
Yeah,
have a
no,
discussion.
I think that all information should always be on the table. But can I ask you a follow-up question?
Absolutely.
This woman right here and this person, they point over to you, you know them both to be servants of Doom, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Have they helped you in ways that would be impossible to you?
Yeah, sure.
Right. Have you ever seen anything that the Banished have done for you?
Have I? Probably not. No.
Well, now that's not possible because they've been banished.
Because they're banished.
I'm sorry, Quinn. I don't mean to.
I'm just
No,
saying.
please,
No,
Marty.
listen. I completely understand what you're saying, but sometimes the most obvious answer is the correct one, right?
And sometimes it's not.
And sometimes it's not, which is why we should talk about it.
Right.
I'm just
Yeah.
saying, you know, what evidence do you have that what you're worried about is true?
Just rumors that I've heard.
Well, gossip is that of the Banished.
I mean, it's all word of mouth, no matter what. You know, none of us were there,
Yeah.
so
I've seen some things done on behalf of Doom that is definitely more than just word of mouth.
I mean,
That's me
I've
personally.
seen things done not in the name of Doom that I would never believe. You know.
yeah. I mean,
The
those
words of-
creatures I would not have believed if I didn't see them, and for those that benefited from them, they could say the same thing. You know.
Right, yeah.
Would there be any historical texts, not religious texts, in terms of the divine light that we could take a look at to see if we could read? Not.
Well, the oldest library in all of Tayaroth is located in Bayhoff. They would perhaps have
We don't have to go there.
texts.
I thought we were actually literally going there.
Oh, Flint, come on.
Oh, it's only one
You know, you
second.
can trust us, right? As a matter of fact, it's a little bit early in this conversation. I was wondering if I could join you, at least until maybe if you were willing to travel. I mean, on the way to Bayhoth, it's just a little off the path, Stagmire, to just see if there are any truths to these rumors. I've been a member of the Palladium for quite some time, but I just feel like there's more that I could be doing, you know? So I just would like to try to do more. And we talked and we all agreed if there was a member of the Barrington chapter that should leave, it should be me, now that the shade is gone. And I don't know what I can do to prove to you that I'd be a worthy ally, but if you'd be willing to give me the chance to prove that to you, I don't think you'd regret it, and it doesn't really look, and kind of like gestures to everyone, doesn't really look like you'd have any issues if I was lying. So, and what he means, like he's like referencing like you all not only outnumber him, but like you.
Kill the
Yeah.
crap out of them.
Oh yes, we would absolutely destroy you if you were. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Can any of us? I can't do it, but I know there's certain things people can do to make people tell the truth or see if they're telling the truth.
I mean, you know, Rosie has captured cast zone.
Oh,
of
that's
truth
right. Yeah,
with
I don't
you
know,
now.
Rosie. I know you're
Oh.
very good at.
Yeah, if
seeing
you'd be
people are bad
willing.
boys.
Speaking of,
Oh yes.
I need Flint. Okay, actually, Matt, just in the roll 20 for both of you.
Oh.
I need you because this has got to be a roll that we all see. I need because it makes it exciting. I need you to roll just a d20. This guy lied about the potency of this spell. It costs 10 gold. If it is an 18 or above, you are compelled to tell the truth as if it was zone of truth.
Yes.
And if it is a 17 or below, you are immediately struck with a horrific case of painful
Oh,
Oh
diarrhea.
my god!
Yes.
So
Oh,
it's
yes.
9 to 10 times in the other.
Come
way.
on.
Okay, I will. Roll
So this one is for Flint.
natural
Oh my god.
Oh
Nobody
Okay,
makes
so
Flint
no
shit his
poopy
pants.
poops for you.
All right, so Flint, but there is no saving throw. Flint, you are now for the next hour compelled to tell the absolute truth. Okay, roll for
Oh
Morgan.
no!
19.
right.
Oh my god!
Just so the viewers know, a natural 20 and then a 19 was
Oh my
rolled.
god!
Oh,
Evan's like,
Wow.
oh thank god.
Okay, so once again, though, no saving throw. Both of you are compelled for the next hour to tell the truth.
Demony.
It's actually I shouldn't say compelled is the wrong word. It's the same as zone of truth. If you speak, the truth comes out, but you are not compelled to speak stuff that you don't
Just
want to speak. But anyway, yes. So Rosie, you know zone of truth, and Quinn has
Yeah.
brought that up.
I mean, I could cast Zone of Truth, but
I'd be willing to. Yeah, I'd let
Yeah, do
that
we
be
wanna do
cast
it
on
now?
me.
or okay, yeah, I'll cast
Yeah.
Zone of Truth, and I'll like shake my little stick thing, and the lights glow, and the little emerald now that is affixed to
Yes.
my little human-sized cane quarterstaff starts to glow out. and Zone of
He
Truth is
willingly fails.
I resisted for sure.
Same.
not because
Yeah,
it is 60 feet
yeah. Everybody would have to roll.
or 15.
I mean, the two of you are already under the spell,
I
so.
tried
I
to
failed.
resist it, but I don't realize.
You, what about you?
I would accept it.
Okay, but I will say, what this has given Flint and Morton is it feels as if you have failed this spell, which means you know that this is happening to you right now, so you can react as such.
It's a what save?
Charisma?
Charisma, yeah.
Oh yeah, I
Okay.
fail.
Yeah. Okay, so literally everybody is compelled to tell the truth if you speak right now.
Okay,
This shrimp
first
is
of all,
delicious.
most importantly,
It is very good.
Warren and Gil, did you miss me?
I miss you more, Warren says.
That's fair. I'm your mother. You can't even. Yeah. You
Are
know
enough
that.
strong.
Gilmarie looks at you, and her eyes start to tear up,
Oh,
And
don't
she-
do this now.
and she says, "With every waking moment."
I love to be loved. Okay. So do I have to ask the questions or does somebody? Because I'm the only. Oh my God, I didn't think this through. Okay. Okay, Sir Beetle, and I look at him
Right,
in the eye,
yeah.
like,
Okay. Oh, so yeah.
yeah. Do you have any ill intent towards us?
No. I mean, if you, it's not off the table, right? I don't really know you lot super well, but it's definitely not my intention as of right now.
I'd like to raise the stakes on that. Does anyone in this room have any ill intent toward our group?
Oh.
A simple yes or no needs to come from everybody.
No.
I love our group.
The
No.
group as a whole? Yeah, no, I'm good with
Yeah, I
that.
love our group.
Okay, and also our new friends, because they're the strangers. Any ill intent towards our group from any of you?
Yes.
Oh, no.
We have to answer about everyone in the group.
Yeah.
But
That'll
is
take-
there
that would take-
one person
so
that you
that
have
would take-
something against?
I'm just curious because we have new people.
That would take a long amount of time to go.
Flint,
all
are
the
you
way
just
around
talking
the
about
room.
Batty?
I just
I can
get a
ask
bad
her.
feeling about her. That's it.
I mean, I think we all knew that, like, to some degree.
I can ask her. I'll look at her and say, Batty, do you want to hurt anybody here?
She looks at you like almost like her that you would have to ask.
Oh, Batty.
I know, but sometimes you gotta answer the question just to make everybody
she-
feel a little better.
Shakes her head.
See?
Also, Rosie, under like this spell to confirm, this food was delicious. So good. Like,
Very good. It was very
Amazing.
good.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
No poop line damage. That's pretty nice.
I know, impressive. I know. I was
those
really
are
proud
hard
of
to get
myself
out.
for that
I've
one.
heard.
That's true.
So,
I struggle with it all the time.
like, yeah.
Okay.
Are you asking me any questions?
Yeah, did you like the food?
Oh, absolutely. It's very good, yeah.
Awesome. Okay, amazing.
Are you a
Great tune.
changeling?
No.
Are any of you changelings?
They all look at each other like wide-eyed, but they all say no.
And none of you know the lion. Who the lion is? Know anybody who goes by the name the lion?
They all kind of like shake their head.
Right.
I'm lonely.
Oh my God, Flint.
What's going on, buddy?
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm
I
sorry to hear
immediately
that,
just hug him.
Yeah, I will too.
Thanks.
buddy.
Sorry, I didn't mean to. Mr. Beetle.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be.
Do you have fighting abilities?
I'm more of the arcane variety. Yeah, but I can do some things, and he kind of he reaches into his satchel, and you hear this like clink, 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 and out of his satchel, this like purely polished ball of silver. It shines in the light. It's about the size of like a baseball. He just kind of tosses it, and then it lifts up from his hand and just starts to like swirl around the room, and then comes back. And he says, "I've got some things up my sleeve." Rosie, make a perception check. Cuinn, make a perception check. Actually, just everybody make a perception check.
I would be like, "Are you a bad boy?"
11.
5.
16.
15.
What did you get?
13.
13, 5, and then Morton?
11.
11, and then Cuinn got a 5 as well. So the 15 and the 16, you both see, like, almost as if they are behind the eyes of Gron. You see these, like, glowing cogwheels that just seem to be turning, but then kind of fade away. It's not as if you're looking through a window. It's as if you're... They like, you know, you've seen arcane energy flash over eyes before. They kind of like appear like that, and these cogwheels just like turn behind his eyes, and then they fade. Yeah, I've got some
Okay.
things up my sleeve.
You have to tell us, because this is honesty hour. What is that? I
What was
saw
it?
that. The magic behind your eyes.
Yeah, something
What
happened with
was
your
that?
eyes.
Nothing happened to his eyes.
We've seen it before on someone who was not so good to us. A little magic behind the eyes. What was that?
Well, right, I didn't think, could I? You guys are really good at this.
Thank you.
So you know you've heard of the Feywild, right?
No.
Good Lord.
You've heard of, you know, other planes of existence,
Oh
right?
my
Yeah.
But I have.
gosh.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's one called Mechanis.
Oh.
And it's the last person to have visited it or know about it has lived millennia ago, but someone, somewhere far down in my bloodline, came from this realm, and with it came a certain amount of power. And, well, it's been passed down generation by generation, and I'm the one that got it for my generation, I guess.
Interesting.
Pretty new.
What level of power is this? Are you able to like summon meteors from the sky? Are you able to?
No, I'm not able to do the best. I mean, I could do anything from any like snaps a finger and like some light appears at the tip of his thumb.
Yeah, I can do that.
He's like, I can do anything. I can do anything from there to well, I could do this too. And he stands up, and the gears kind of appear behind his eyes, and then in front of all of you, he starts to like as if he was moving incredibly fast back and forth. This like blurred version of him kind of appears, and then like just settles back to himself.
Whoa.
It's
Yeah.
That was
Okay.
it's pretty neat.
Makes it a little bit harder for people to hit me in combat. I can also do this, and he like snaps his fingers, and he just appears. He misty steps to the other side of the table.
Wow.
Okay, I kind of like this guy. Let me see how good, firm your handshake is, sir.
He walks over to you and shakes your hand.
Is it a good handshake or kind of limp?
It's not as good as brick, but it's good.
Okay, we'll work on it.
Right.
Who's the most attractive member of the group?
Oh, that would be awesome to know.
Are you asking everyone or just?
I'm specifically asked, but if anybody wants to speak up,
It's obviously Chad.
Yeah, right. Do I have to answer that?
Yeah.
if you
Yeah.
want to come with us, yes.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Right. Wow.
If I
I can say it
drop
then.
Zone of Truth right before he answers, will he know?
Interesting.
Because it says you can tell that it's happening, but it doesn't say anything about.
Well, if you can tell that it's happening, then yeah, he would tell that it went away.
Okay, then never mind. Then I didn't say anything.
Hey,
Well, I'm not just saying
no.
this because I think you're all attractive in your own way, right?
Of course.
Yeah, of course.
Personal preference.
We're
You
all-
know.
Sure.
Nobody's
yeah.
going to get offended here.
I think we're a very attractive group in general.
Glaring at
Like, you know.
And okay, so is this attracted as in like me personally or like objectively?
Who do you
You
want
You
personally.
personally.
to be with? Connolly.
Well, I don't.
Good.
As of
Okay,
right now, I
this
don't
is a
want to
family
be.
dinner.
That's not what it. That's
As
not
of
what
right
it-
now, I don't want to be with any of you, Connolly.
Okay,
See?
good.
Now
Just
we know
met.
you're telling the truth. That's
Just
very
met all of
Yeah.
you.
Yeah,
but
that means
wasn't
you're
the
a
question,
good
though.
person too, you know.
right.
So at this point, I do get so startled by that question. I do drop Zone of Truth.
You know what? I think that I'm the most attractive. So-
No, Rosie, come on!
Family dinner! And I like look to Gil Marie and I'm like, it's a family dinner.
You know what? Just for fun, everybody make an insight check, and the person who gets the highest will see something.
Ooh.
Just for fun. Just for funsies, guys.
I got a natural 20.
Ah!
18.
I will show you.
I believe
Oh.
you.
Oh, it's
I believe it's moved
Ooh,
too.
I got a
Oh.
19.
13.
I got a 4.
I would
25%.
say. I would say the. I would say. Well, 25.
Well, I got good insight.
Dang
What's
it, I
your-
got a 24.
Okay, but you got a natural 20, so
I
I'm gonna give
did.
it to you too. So natural 20 and Chad.
Everybody
You
take off
both
your
noticed that
headphones.
like
And Chad.
you both noticed that like embarrassingly he kind of looks over at Gil Marie when the spell is released from him.
I just keep looking at Rosie then.
I knew it!
They're not a part of the group.
She is the hottest person I've ever seen in my life.
But
I like look at him looking at Gil Marie and I'm like, Right.
I just like look at Rosie like.
Well, this has been a great dinner, hasn't it?
is that
Uh-huh.
So does that mean that you're gonna let me travel with you? Would you all be willing to go to Stagmire with me?
As long as you're better than the last guy. He can
I
be
mean-
a spider.
We had
We'll
other
escort you to
plans.
Stagmire. We got things to do, so.
If you try to betray us, I
If
think
there is
I-
a servant of the banished there, I mean, he looks over at you, and he says, then it's our duty to stop it.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, you're right.
but there's also like
I agree.
an important thing somewhere
Other
else that we were
things.
supposed to get.
It's
so-
barely out of the way. I mean, you're adding a day to your journey.
We could be the slayers of the servants, and then our names will be forever etched in the history books.
That's a lot. Are you all
We
right?
also
Yeah,
already have
Flint,
a
you're
name.
like all about this like hero stuff a lot. Like,
I don't care about the gold. I want to be known.
Listen, if you don't go to Stagmire right away, then that's fine, but I just ask that you let me travel with you until you get to Stagmire.
Yeah, we'll let you travel with us, but if you do
Sure.
anything to like harm us, like our last
Listen, I get it. You're casually intimidating. It's your thing. You're good with words, and you've never met someone who doesn't like that. Just shut your mouth.
not a casual intimidation, I will kill you. I don't know why.
Uh,
That
I
doesn't
hate guys like you.
What?
Like me? What
Yeah, you're just over here trying to intimidate me, make me feel small. What have I done to you other than show you nothing but absolute trust? And you're
yeah,
over here
Morton.
threatening me.
Come
Is this
on.
part of the test? Are they gonna fight?
No.
You're fitting.
No,
it
no,
perfectly.
hey, I can
That's a good
defend
idea,
myself. I don't need all of you stepping
Whole
up.
thing. No, this isn't like a trying to make you feel small. It's just making it very clear that we're a tight knit group, and we've been wronged in the past. In the past, like few days, and it's me making it clear that. And I realize that I'm like speaking very many truths in this moment.
Yeah.
And
Both Flint and Morton noticed that the spell was not released from them.
And I just stop for a second. Yeah, it's just a trust thing. It's a trust thing.
All right, no, I accept your apology. And like you didn't really apologize, but he's like, I accept your apology. And I get it. You're just looking out for your group. I just don't like my integrity questioned so much.
I mean, no one
that
wants
is
their
absolutely
integrity.
fair.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sure.
But I get it. You know what? And I'll prove you wrong, Morton.
I appreciate that. I certainly hope you do.
Yeah.
Who brought the wine?
I don't know.
Are you talking to me, sweetie?
Yeah, did you bring this wine?
Oh, well, no, I didn't bring this wine. It was gifted to me, and it was gifted to me by my grand friend, Rosie Pentwee. Last Doomsday, she gave me this bottle and a white elephant gift pass, and I haven't used it before.
And a white elephant? like the joke gift thing.
I'm sorry, you talking to me, sweetie?
Rosie, did you give this in a joke gift exchange?
Do you not like the wine, Morton?
I think the wine is very delicious. I have a suspicion that the wine had something in it or has gone bad.
No.
Purified it.
You what?
I purified it before I gave it to her. It's not real wine.
Oh my god.
That is so funny, Rosie. I'm telling you.
Funny.
Oh, right. You know what? That comes right to the funny bone and it tickles it. You know?
I'm scared of Grandma Kettle Pot.
Name's Miss, honey.
I'm a little frightened as well. It feels like the zone of truth is still on me, and the only thing that I
Well, maybe that's because you're a wuss.
Nice one, Granny. Or
goodness.
Miss Kettlepot.
Oh, my down.
I don't believe I'm a wuss. I've done a great deal.
I'll lightly.
Are you going for a high five? Oh.
Yeah, well, he asked for one. I can give them to everybody. It's just going to take some time.
Please
It's okay.
give me a handshake, Grandma Kettle Pot. So I give her a handshake.
Oh, okay. How hard do you squeeze?
I give the normal, pretty firm.
Oh no.
I'm not trying to break her hand, but
Yeah. You're strong there, Sonny. What are you doing later tonight?
Oh, God.
I,
Morton, this is you in a couple years.
I think you've read. I'm not sexually attracted to you. I'm sorry. And you
See,
have,
that's
you have
the
a
thing.
limp handshake.
Hey, you don't gotta be
Flint.
you don't gotta be attracted to have a fun time. You know what I mean? I'll take it.
All right.
I am lonely though.
Me too, Sonny. It's been a long time.
Well, if you're lonely, you're both lonely.
Yeah.
There's like a 5% chance I'll call you up, Grandma. Why did I
Alright.
say that?
Oh, I'm gonna go freshen up.
Let's see what he said.
Shuffle somewhere.
On a 5% chance.
This has been a great
Still in the zone of
time.
truth.
Yeah, something's going on here.
Okay.
I didn't really like the shrimp. Why did I say that?
Here's
I'm sorry, Rosie. I shouldn't even say that. It was fine. I don't know.
Rosie. The shrimp was.
I crumbled the butt stuff on top for you.
Thank you. That was the only reason.
Does
I
that
liked
make it better or worse?
It made it better. I'm sorry. Why am I saying this?
So,
Oh.
did you see your wine poured for you? Because I saw the food being prepared. I watched it being cooked.
No, I don't know. I didn't really notice anything.
Who poured the wine?
As this is happening, I just start taking the dishes out of everybody and taking them to the kitchen.
What was
Okay,
the
Flint.
sleight of hand check that you rolled? Oh, a natural 20, that's right.
That's why.
So literally no one saw this.
Who poured the fucking wine?
Maybe you poured the fucking wine!
Why are you so suspicious of the group, Morton?
I'm sorry. Roll
Rosie
that.
just said the F-bomb.
You just said
Rosie!
Rosie!
Honey, what? I've never seen this side of you.
I'm so sorry. I don't
It
know
was,
what's
by the way,
happening
it was
to
me. I'm the one that poured the wine for everyone, Gilmarie says.
Oh, then did you put something in the wine?
No, of course not. Not other than wine.
See, I believe her. I don't think she would put anything in the wine.
No.
What is going on with you, Morton?
May, did you put anything in the wine?
No, why would I put something in the wine? Morton, it seems like you asked everyone if they are comfortable with everyone else in the group, and then you didn't answer the question yourself.
Yeah, are you comfortable with everybody in the group?
No.
Well, what are you uncomfortable about, Morton?
Should the three of us
Yeah,
leave
if you
this
could leave,
table,
maybe
right?
give us a
Yeah,
moment.
I think, yeah,
they stand up and walk.
I like pick up my water glass. I'm like,
Warren,
Just holding a bunch of food.
Warren stands up and walks with him. He's like, "Hey, I'll show you Scrabble." And they walk over to the other room.
To be clear, so that I can roleplay this correctly without like fucking it up.
Yes.
So, when I've said something truthful,
Yes.
I choose not to answer because I know that it's.
Yeah, you are you whether you speak or not is your own full capacity.
Got it.
But if you do speak, it's the truth.
Got it. I just.
Yeah.
I cry a lot at night.
That's
We know.
okay, Flint. We know.
Flint, are you okay, my man?
Yeah. I shouldn't be saying these things aloud.
Flint, why do you cry?
Oh, I'm afraid of dying. I'm afraid that I made the wrong decision. I'm afraid that I'll never get to see my son again. I'm afraid that everything I'm doing is for a bad reason, and I'm afraid that I'll die alone.
Wow,
Mostly
wow, wow.
that, and I'm afraid I'll never be underground again. That's a new thing.
Well, hey, if you die, I'll make sure that you get underground, buddy.
Oh,
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I mean, it's a solace. You take solace in
Yeah.
that for sure.
wow.
Hey, Morton, who don't you trust? Who do you got beef with?
I don't want to answer that, and that's the truth.
Is it me?
Is it
I have
me?
my answer.
My face is steadily growing redder from the effort to not say a truthful thing.
Yeah, for sure.
I haven't pooped in a while.
I mean, baby,
I'm so
Flint.
sorry, everyone.
I don't. Can I get you some water or something, Flint? What?
Yeah, maybe
She
if
might
you're
have
drinking,
some
you
prunes.
won't
This
talk.
kettle pot might have some prunes.
I'll just
You
put
know-
my coffee maybe help loosen it up.
Yeah,
I'll tell
Morton.
you this.
Sure.
I'll tell you this, Cuinn. I was very upset that you just decided to go after that gold in that room. It took you probably 5 minutes to notice that.
You mean that empty room that was just full of gold? That nothing was else in at the time? Yes.
But you jumped into it head first, and then, after I saved your life, got my legs nearly broken, you
Thank
were
you.
like, no, fuck you, man. And you know
That
what
is
I did?
absolutely not what I did.
You know,
I said thank you. You asked me for money, and I said no.
That's what
and
it
that's what
felt
happened.
like. And you know what I did? That night that I said that there was a spider by you, I took 28 pieces
28
of gold.
gold. Yeah.
And you know what I did with it? I donated it to the Temple of June.
You know
You still owe me
what?
28
I think
gold.
I'm gonna go play some Scrabble. And Gilmarie stands up and walks away.
I donated it in your name. Well, not your name, to Alexander Nightshade. I know that you
Oh,
are
okay.
on the run. I'm not
Thank
a
you.
monster.
I appreciate that.
But I did that. So enough. of-
That's true.
That's what I do in spite. I don't. Maybe I don't know if you did it or not. I have no way of confirming that. But I don't spike people's drinks with the zone of truth. Is that a thing that can happen? I barely know magic.
I peed the
I-
bed
You have
at
no-
21.
Oh my God, Flint, I'm gonna get you some. Just continually drink
Flint,
this.
come and help me with these
Flint,
dishes.
just
and I'll pull
stop
Flint.
talking.
Okay, sorry. I was trying to just say that I was gonna go to the bathroom, but for some reason I said that instead.
Yeah, why don't you help Rosie with some dishes?
Okay, yeah. Maybe I'll just grab a cigar or two to chill out.
Or that.
Come on,
Yeah,
this
if
might
you
be
want to go
stopping
hang
up, my
out.
guy.
I disappear into my room.
Maybe it's all the cigars that are backing them up.
That makes.
Yeah.
I don't know the science
Maybe.
behind that, but that does sound like something that could
I
happen.
mean,
I
it
don't
can't be
know.
good to just be in a vase.
Not everybody
chain
everybody
smoking.
knows that Morton is willing to steal from members of the party. Which I have never done.
You're willing to abandon the party for gold when we're clearly.
When did I abandon the party?
You were in.
I was casting
pile-
spells the entire time from the pile of gold and never abandoned it.
for like 30 whole seconds.
The whole thing lasted 8 seconds, man.
You understand that, like, you would have died without me, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So you call me greedy, but you're mad at me because I didn't give you gold for saving my life. But you call me greedy.
I'm mad at you because you never just thanked me for saving your fucking life.
I thanked you over and over again. I didn't monetarily thank you.
I stick my mouth out of the urn and say, "Hey, there was a bathroom in here. I was able to gate everything out. Everything's all good."
Oh, where does it go?
That's really uncomfortable when he does that.
Oh my.
Just like
The urn
Just the next
Oh,
time he
no.
smokes out of the urn, it'll just smell a bit.
Oh God!
Not a lot of
Ooh.
ventilation down here.
Like
in the
an
cellar.
elevator fart.
It just holds it in.
In truth, you might have thanked me, but I don't remember it because it was a very traumatic experience. Regardless of that, I should remember if you said thank you for saving your life.
Right. Yeah, and I 100% did say that.
So you're
I just
yelling
didn't
at
give
him
you gold.
because you don't remember if he thanked you, and so now you're mad because you don't remember something?
So you stole 28 gold to me, which is like a year's
What is
salary.
happening to us?
A year's salary? Are you kidding me? My family
You're
made
not-
like twice that in a day.
Yeah, adventurers, but I'm saying a common
No,
man.
hey. That is something that you have never learned about Morton's family. He just released a piece of information that is not. I mean, he just willingly said that his parents made over 50 gold a day,
Did you
which
say
is
your
a
parents did?
yes, which is a
Oh.
very rich sum.
that's a lot of money a day.
I just wanted to point that out.
Thank
No,
you.
I
Yeah.
didn't hear that.
What's a lot of what?
Well, you
What did I
just,
say?
you just
Your
said
parents-
your parents made a lot of money a day.
Over 50 gold a day?
You don't talk about your parents that much, so
Morton, are you a little rich boy?
If you don't answer, we know
or
the
you
answer.
come from wealth at least it seems.
I'm not a little rich boy.
But you come
You're a big rich man.
Are
I'm not
your
a
parents
little
are rich?
man.
parents are though.
If your parents are rich, I think I would know
never
who you are.
counted their money.
What's your
That's
last
not
name
an
again?
answer.
Quincy, Generin.
Insight check.
No, I mean,
real.
you know that it's
He
true.
has
He's
to.
under the effects. You both definitely know the Generin name as a noble family in the city of Bayhoff.
Would I recognize it?
No, you just kind of visited Bayhoff
Yeah,
a couple
okay.
of times, so I would say no. But
You're a
Silverstep's
Generin?
You're a
Generin?
silver step.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a Generin too. Ah, fuck!
Oh, where's my man?
I knock on the vase and go, Flint, are you gonna spend the night?
Down the stairs, Miss Kettlepot in a sheer white nightgown.
Oh no.
I definitely
No.
start playing some music. 100% I play her down the
We're gonna go
stairs.
play Scrabble.
With red lipstick comes down. Oh, I'm gonna have some dwarf tonight, and it's
Oh.
gonna be
Oh,
a
no.
good time.
I stick my mouth out of the urn and I say, "I smoked the cigars too fast and got dizzy and then puked in the bathroom."
Hey, handsome. I don't care what you said just now that was super embarrassing. I want to jump in your face.
Oh.
In your face.
I'm gonna touch Flint and be like, hey, you're gonna need this, and I'm gonna cast enhance ability on you. There's endurance.
Oh no.
I go over to her and I take her hand and said, "My lady," and I just kind of look at the rest of you and I say, I see you tomorrow. And I look at Granny, I'm like, yeah, what's your first name again?
Miz, and don't you forget it. And in a acrobatic feat that you have not seen, she hops onto the back of Flint and grabs onto him and starts going, woohoo!
Can you, as I'm going upstairs, you hear Flint say, can we just put on a fake beard for this? For me,
Whatever you need, sweetie. And that is where we're going to end tonight's session.
Woo! It gets spicy.
What is happening?
Why is it spicy?
Oh my gosh. Sorry, Mom. I hope you all have enjoyed this episode of the Tayaroth campaign.
God.
Tune in tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Central for the finale of Eric's LongShot, A Quest for the Golden Spoon. Will we find a golden spoon?
Never!
To find out. Next Sunday at 2 p.m. Central, the return of Miss Kettlebot and Flint Boulderbender and the rest of the party in the next Tayaroth session. And as always, stay tuned to our social media at Charmed Persons everywhere for updates and more projects coming soon. Thank you all so much for joining us. Thank you to my players, the best player a DM can ask for. And as always, everybody say bye.
Bye.